It's time for ignition and straight up automobile pimping.
Dude, where's my car?
Dudes and dudettes, welcome back to another installment of the Dude, Where's My Car podcast. And we've got our headphones on again, so I'm thoroughly enjoying the intro music that I made. And I can understand exactly when my cue is. Thank you, Dan. You are the master. I'm your host, Tom, and I have my lovely co-host with me, the man, the chef of airbags, the man making everyone low in Sydney and across Greater Australia. I've got my lovely work husband, Mr. Tony Hong. Brother, how you going?
I'm wonderful. I'm liking this new intro. This introduction's new. It's good.
It's honestly all to do with the headphones. It's all to do with the phone.
All right. Put the blame on me.
I just want to make something very, very clear here, and Tony can defend himself here. Tony just wasn't a fan of wearing headphones because it would ruin his debonair hair. I really like wearing headphones, but this is episode 4 of season 2. We've got our headphones back on. Tony, how do you feel?
I feel great. It sounds very professional and it looks professional, and we'll keep this debate off the podcast. So we'll kick into it because it ain't going to end.
Okay, too good. Well, Tony, I don't know about you, bro, but I've been meaning to get this guest on that is in between us right now for quite some time. Yeah. To everyone tuning in, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman that is joining us today is someone that we've worked with extensively and have done now for, I suppose, quite a few years, Tony. Wouldn't you agree?
Definitely, yep. He
is someone from, I suppose, humble beginnings. He was once a small boy from Bateman's Bay. And he came up to the Big Apple and he wanted to share with the world his incredible creative skill as a master lensman. And I truly mean those words, as a master lensman. I've watched this man grow, built YouTube series with him. I filmed social media with him. I filmed World Time Attack with him. I've done everything under the sun and the fucking moon with this guy. And I've thoroughly enjoyed every single moment with him. And today we're going to learn a lot from the gentleman. His name is Jaden McTurnan, AKA JK Movies, brother. How you doing?
Oh, what an intro. Far out. I'm doing fantastic. It is good to be here. It's long overdue. I know you've been asking me for quite a while now to come on this podcast, but I've just been away, you know.
I'm not going to lie, dude. If you stop fucking working all the time,
I just can't stop, bro. I just can't stop.
Man, I truly mean those words.
Thank you.
With you, and I sometimes I don't even know where to start on these podcasts, but like with you, man, I think the humble beginnings for you might be the best place, because the type of content that you make today, dude, in the world of cars, and I know you do a lot of different industries, but we're a car podcast, so forgive me, is truly next level. And you're working with some incredible people, be it at World Time Attack when we're hosting stuff together, be it with social media influencers in the scene, going overseas and filming and just being an absolute pilgrim, basically. Building and filming houses with kids over in Papua New Guinea. Dude, like, you are a master of your craft. How did the fuck did this all start?
It started with my dad, actually. So when I was a young boy, Dad always used to take the family camera on all our holidays, you know, just the classic like camcorder. And it's funny now, those camcorders are coming back into fashion, actually. I'm seeing a lot more videos up on Instagram now, people like taking camcorders to car meets and everything. And I'm like, oh, I started on that camera, like, that's sick. But yeah, started all back with the family camcorder. I just picked it up one day and I literally just couldn't put it down. I just kept filming absolutely everything, you know, took it on all the holidays, started filming my own stuff in my backyard, you know, slowly started upgrading, realized I could make money off of it. And then
jackpot.
that was quite the discovery for me. It's like, damn, I should keep doing this, you know?
Well, I don't want to jump the gun too much, like getting into like the whole money bit, because I'm sure, no doubt, it's warranted. But it's that sort of like, what were you filming? You're saying anything and everything, but like, how did the car bit get into it?
Oh, far out. So I started off filming just like random skits and stuff that I'd seen on like Vines or whatever when I was heaps younger with my neighbors and whatever, just in like the backyard and stuff. And then when I moved up to Sydney, I'm sure everyone's heard of the infamous road Old Pack.
We call that the alternative safe route road.
Yeah, so me and my mate discovered that road one day, and I decided to take my camera there, just take some videos with him in his car, and a bunch of bikes were there when we were there, and I thought I'd take some videos of them, posted it on Instagram just for fun on my film account, and I wouldn't say it blew up, but all of them were sharing it, and I was like, man, I need to do this more often. Like, I'm getting heaps of followers from this. Like, and mind you, heaps of followers back then was like 20 followers, but you know, I was like, damn, I want to get more into this. So just kept going to Old Pack over and over again, discovered that there was things called car meets. And then, you know, went to a couple of them, met this man, and just went from there, yeah.
How did you two meet?
Oh, it was at one of them Metro car meets at Cherrybrook, I'm pretty sure.
Cherrybrook, that's the one.
Cherrybrook, yeah.
Yep.
Is that honestly the name that we were trying to figure out before that you like said starts with G?
Cherrybrook train station car park, like the multi-level. And that's where all the car meets used to be.
That's right.
Before they all got banned or kicked out.
Before they made you pay to enter now.
Yeah.
What?
Well, no,
What?
it was a coincidence. What?
They make you pay?
Yeah, they've got like a gate and everything now. It's like $7.
Fucking
Oh, wow.
kick a man whilst he's down, huh?
They knew
Honestly,
it. They
yeah.
knew the cars going in. They couldn't make bank, but guess what? Cars move.
Yeah.
But no, I saw this guy's a video. I think he just posted, and then at the meet when I was leaving, I saw the big JK on the back of his shirt, and I was like, "Fuck, that's a videographer I've been seeing." I didn't get to meet him, but this is like I was exiting with fucking cars lined up, piled up behind us, and I'm like, I can't just stop here and get out of the car and go meet this dude. So I sent him a message after, and he's like, "I'll make sure I feature a car in the video." And I was like, "Yes, that's the intro to knowing this guy."
Yeah.
And then things just kicked off from there when he started shooting for KS and then CCA.
Yeah. No, I just remember being at that car meet. The cars were all right, but they were pretty average, you know. And then this guy rolls in with his underglow and everything, and I'm like, who's this guy pulling up? Far out. I need to get a shot of this car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Cherrybrook days.
Is that when like the decal was still fully over the car as well? Are we talking like green and gold era?
Yeah, green and gold
yeah,
era.
yeah.
Oh,
Green and
fuck.
gold. Lots of eras where I used to go to like any meet, like just to meet people in the car scene. I'd go anywhere, and like it was just me and Dex in this red S15. So you had Christmas tree, Christmas season everywhere. So me and Dex, we just rock up to anywhere, like Penrith, Cherrybrook, suburbs I've never been to, and then people were like, "You got to be careful when you go out there." So there was just two of us, and we just rock up anywhere, and then just meet different people. So that was the car scene that we went into, and then seen his content, and then. Since then is when everything started blowing up, and then we're shooting a lot where the story happens.
Yeah. I don't know where the story kind of begins, but I think for me with you, I'd seen your content like around social media at the very beginning, but I'm pretty sure it was Tones that brought me into it because he's like, "Hey, check this out." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks pretty fucking cool." Like, and Tony's like, "We could totally work with this guy." Like everything, like just normal, like Car Culture Australia hadn't even started at this point in time. We were just talking about just doing fun shit.
Yeah, true.
At this point in time, and I think I'm not sure. I think the first time that it ever actually shook your hand or said hello was at some random Central Coast car meet.
Yeah.
At like
Endless East.
the old school Endless
yeah,
East
that's
meets,
right.
like
I
the
remember
old
now.
ones, like
Yeah.
years ago. And then I was like, "Oh man, this guy's like quite cool." Your rig was totally different to what it is today.
Oh, yeah.
but it was still
But it
hectic.
would-
Like it wasn't something a beginner or like an entry level videographer would have. Like you had all the gear, all the knowledge.
You certainly had like a clue about you because I remember the reel that you made for Endless East to promote the event, like for the next year. And I was like, "Who the fuck made that?" And it was you. It was you. You made that. And I went, "This is dope." And you got, dude, I'll never forget it. This is how good it is that I remember. It had you were going through all the different cars and had the car that did the little flappy light thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Dude, fucking
Bro, I even remember his number plate. It was like Cowboy or something like that. I don't know how I remember that, but
I never ever forget that shit. And there was like half a second where my car was in it, but I was like, that's enough for me.
that's the one with the other Ute as well with the red lights.
Yeah. And we were next to Grinch.
What a
And
shot! Oh, what a shot!
Thank you.
With the sunset in the background as well.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
You're the king. But that was like where I first met you. And I thank fuck that happened, because it's basically that focal point is like the moment that kind of changed everything else.
That's right.
And I'm sure we're going to get into it later today. But like, I don't know about you, but for me, that changed everything.
Yeah, definitely. 100%. For me, that was definitely like the turning point as well. That was I think it was one of my first major actual car meets that I filmed, posted, and then it got shared like however many times. Like I remember waking up the next morning with like 120 likes, and I was freaking out because that was like astronomical to me. So yeah.
Dude, how does that make you feel though? Now looking back, when you think about it right now, how does that make you feel?
So nostalgic. Those were the days, bro. Those were the good old days, you know.
It's weird because when I saw your stuff, I was like, this guy must be a full profession. Probably been doing this for years. But it was super humbling. And it's like, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. And I was like, do you want to come shoot for KS? And that's when the whole thing started. It's like, okay, I could do a bit of this. I'm not very good. I'm like, the shit you're building is insane. Like, how are you not blown up yet? How are you not super popular? And then we start pulling you in, CC and everything. Oh, let's get into it,
Dude, I think we're
holding back.
We're still jumping the gun, because a lot of people don't even still realize at this point CCA still hadn't started. It's still not started yet. Like, we're still talking about doing like random shit, like just like, oh, we should shoot this today. You're filming shit for KS, doing like air suspension setups on cars, and it's like, oh yeah, it's cool. And I don't know what it was, but I think that video is what sparked me to talk to you about filming a YouTube series. And that was probably like early on, like pro speed days.
2023.
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
And we're talking like early pro speed days where I was trying to convince my boss at the time. I was like, I really think it'd be a good idea if we film a series, kind of like Donut. I was like, we need to do this thing. Like, I need to sell car parts. Like, I'm marketing for Pro Speed. Like, this is what we've got to do. And reluctantly, he said yes.
But how did you get in? No wonder you couldn't shoot for me.
But at the same time, I honestly, I was strapped in terms of like knowledge, because I knew I couldn't shoot anything like this. Like, I come from a world of media background, but when it comes to actually like shooting the video, I got no clue. No clue. I can edit. I've got no clue how to fucking shoot. I can't shoot flat, let alone shoot freaking anything else, right? So I knew that I needed you. And when we started that journey together, and when we like, this is a new thing for you, new thing for me. When we started that together, we were right on the same path. And learning curve after learning curve after learning curve, like each episode, you can watch it. It's in the fucking video. It's like, you can tell like the quickness, the sharpness, the like the vignettes that you would put on videos, or the way it was shot, or like the rolls. Like, there's no doubt, like the last episode with the breaks, fucking the nicest,
pure cinema, bro.
Oh my god, you could just tell like the growth. Like,
yeah, you can see the progress through each episode. Like,
and for me, that was honestly like the most epic shit. Like, it doesn't matter about views or any of that shit at that point in time. I could just watch you grow and myself and what could be. I was like, okay, this is real shit. But I thought maybe you could actually like share your progress with like KS and Pro Speed, because it was kind of in tandem at the same time. Can you explain what that was like? Because technically, and maybe I'm wrong, you'd never done it before.
Yeah, no, this was all very new, especially with KS, because that was also very near to the start of my whole, I guess you could call it, career.
Which I can't believe. I thought this guy had been doing this for years. Yeah, I don't know.
He's
Talk it through, like from how it started from the beginning to where you are today and the progression.
Yeah.
'Cause it seems just recent. So
Yeah, so when we started shooting your KS bag videos and stuff,
yeah.
what was the first car that we shot? I actually can't remember. It was, yeah, I can't remember which car it was, but
I don't know. There's been
there's
that
just
many.
so many. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you guys just bagged the whole of Sydney. Sorry.
No, so long story short, like I worked with the videographer beforehand, and then it was just getting to the phase where all these videos just looked all the same. It was all the same. It was getting repetitive, and I'm like, I needed something different, and I really want to work with someone that would listen and build something together. The one I was with before, he was super stubborn, and then I met Jaden, and then bro, I don't know where it just fucking blew up. It just blew up. But no, I'll let you do the speaking. Like,
Yeah.
how did filming, like just car meets, turn into doing feature videos, into the bigger car meets that you do today, even getting paid to run events and just run through the lot?
Yeah, so, and this is a tip actually for people who are starting off with this kind of thing. If you just get your name out there by going to car meets for free and just filming stuff, just uninvited, like just showing up, getting content, posting it, letting people see that content, getting your name out there, then it'll start automatically flowing through to you. People will see that content. Like even Tony was talking about before, like he saw my content and he was like, oh, I need to say hey to this guy. Like if you just start shooting stuff, getting it out there, people will see that. People will tell other people, and it's just a chain reaction from there. Like people tell people, and then people who can like hire you find out, they come talk to you. It's just, you need to do those free jobs and not be afraid to put in and sacrifice a lot of time for future jobs, for setting yourself up for the future, because those free jobs is what's going to get you the bigger, better paid jobs. Because if you just try and knock on the doors of these big businesses without anything under your belt, then most likely they're going to say no, because you've got no reference videos, you've got nothing like on your
Portfolio.
Yeah, portfolio, that's the word, yeah. And yeah, so just building experience, building your portfolio, it helps as well because you know what to do when those bigger jobs come in, because you know what to expect, you know what can go wrong and how to avoid those things happening. It just really sets you up. Just free jobs, that's what you have to do. Like, just get your name out there,
100%.
Pretty much. So people be patient. Like things just happen overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
How much of that goes into, because I think that's a really good testimony, but at the same time, there's a lot of skill. Like, and you could be like the best fucking most skilled person on the planet right now, but got nothing to really back it up with. I'd say you got a lot of skill. Like the difference between like putting the hard work in on the actual day, how much of it actually goes into the editing component and actually producing a final product that realistically is what sets your name out there.
Yeah, editing is definitely by far one of the most important parts of the whole process, because anyone can go out and buy a camera, and even if it's something as simple as setting it up on a tripod, if you can't color grade that properly or make it look good or get the bits that get people's attention, then there's no point even doing it in the first place, because that's where the video is made. It's made in the editing. Like, I have seen people with the exact same camera as I have who could definitely be putting a bit more effort into the editing side of things and make it look even better. Because especially my camera in particular, it's really hard to get the colors right, because you shoot in flat, so it's just super washed out. And then you chuck it into Premiere Pro or Final Cut or DaVinci or whatever. And if you don't get the colors right, it's really difficult. Like, it's really hard.
Dude, some of the color grading presets that you have has made my life perfect.
Oh, far out. Some of the LUTs I started with, terrible. It's just those classic like free LUTs from the influencer that's like, buy my LUTs.
Dude, you say that though, but at the same time, were you using those LUTs when you were like doing that video that we first spoke about at Endless East? Because that looked pretty fucking good.
That's true. I did actually. I'd put a Rec 709 on it and just pump the contrast all the way up.
Dude, it was smooth. It's smooth. Like,
it works. It does work, yeah. But definitely put the time into the editing and learning how to do all that stuff properly. Because
did you go to school to learn all this shit?
I went to TAFE for like 6 months, but
Yeah.
didn't really teach me anything.
Really?
Yeah, it was stuff I'd already seen on YouTube and learnt myself, and
No way.
so it was pretty useless. I won't lie.
Don't let TAFE New South Wales hear that.
I don't want a sponsor from them. It's okay.
No, but going back into the editing side, I think a lot of people out there don't know how much time physically goes into the editing. Let's say you did an event. How much time is the filming versus the editing, and how long it takes?
Yeah,
Because people don't know. I hear a lot of people like, "Oh, it's just a video. It should be quick," but it's not just a video. Like,
it's more than just a video.
You want that cinematic, perfect quality, high grade content, motherfucker? It's not going to happen in a day.
explain it to the people that are listening.
For someone like me who like has a tinge of OCD, it makes the process twice as long as it has to be. Because I'm sitting there looking at every individual frame that no one's even going to see, because they'll just be looking at the video on the toilet on their phone at like 1 a.m. But I'm just sitting there looking at every single frame like, that's not right. It needs to move back a frame, or just need to put something else in there instead. But honestly, if I film, say, like a 40-minute or an hour car meet or something like that, something kind of quick, that's like on the quicker side of filming a car meet. Something like that could easily take about 5 hours.
But how long is that video that comes out?
Oh, a couple minutes.
Couple minutes.
Like 3 minutes or so. I usually try and make it like a song length, or if it's a bit longer, a couple song lengths, and you can kind of like merge all the songs together.
Yep.
You know, get some nice reverb going in between each one. But yeah, far out. Editing is, that's why editors or videographers are just like so pale, because we just sit inside all day
This is moon
editing, and just like we're just like gremlins, bro. We just sit in our studio just like
So
editing away.
not many people know this, but I've been to the lair that is JK Movies. And
You've seen
I've seen the setup, bro. I won't lie, it's fucking sick. You've got a sick lair, dude.
Oh, thank
You
you.
got a sick lair, but you can tell
yeah until I live there.
this guy's got like multiple screens set up. There's fucking neon everywhere.
Yeah, it's
there's
like
a
rainbow.
Sick couch. Guy's also a musician. Like loves everything. It's like a sick pad. If you're a sound engineer, like, but it's beautiful. Like, it's like it, but I imagine it's so good because it's like under the house kind of. So it's cool.
It's like the basement kind of.
Yeah, it's like it's got that vibe. Like, you've made it something truly special, in my opinion. Like, I think it's perfect for what it is that you need.
You know, I used to have I call it my studio because it's basically a studio.
Yeah, 100%.
I used to have it upstairs in my old house. Far out.
Heat rises.
Summer, oh my goodness, it turned into a sauna basically.
The shit that you're running as well on the PC.
Because I used to use a laptop as well, like one of them chunky gaming laptops. Yeah. That thing turns into a 747 as soon as you import any footage. And it, like the whole heat induction from like the screens and the laptop, and just it feels like you're sitting in front of a fireplace in the summer, honestly.
Dude's working out of a freezer. He's just in the kitchen, just like with the laptop.
Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have put a fridge just next to the whole thing. Stacked it on the fridge even. Like,
oh shit! It's true though. Like the amount of like machinery and effort and heat and everything that goes into this, and then you've got to sit in that room in your moon tan and work with this stuff. Dude, it's humble beginnings. This is what I'm talking about. Like, but now you're like leveling up, and that's probably due to the fact that obviously paid work coming through. You're doing a whole bunch of different diverse stuff happening with your portfolio. This is kind of like the crux of it, right? The meat and bones. But like, I don't know about you, but what was it like? You've had a lot of gigs. What was it like getting the job with me at Pro Speed? Like, what was that like? Because that was that something you've never done before?
yeah, that was definitely like a big moment for me. Like, I remember when we finally confirmed it, I was like, Mum, I'm filming a whole YouTube series. Dad, look. But yeah, honestly, dream come true, because that was one of the few things that I really wanted to do eventually to add to my portfolio, because I'd never done like a proper just full series like that. And obviously all of us would have been watching like, you know, Donuts versions of that, and like I'd always watch them as well, and I always wanted to film one as well because they look so fun to film. Like,
Dude, it looks great, right?
Yeah, honestly, it's just fun to film. Not so much edit, but you know, the filming is just so much fun. But yeah, so happy that we got to do that, because that was one of the things on my bucket list that I wanted to check off to add to my portfolio.
That moment for me, filming each episode like through the days or whatnot, and maybe Tony can relate with this, every time you went out and filmed like a new bagged car. But like, dude, every single time you can just tell like it just got better every time. Like, I wouldn't fuck up the line as much as I used to. Although I did see the other day a memory came up for me of the turbo episode we did, and I could not say what. How did I? Yeah, I couldn't say the word turbo. I said turboy. Yeah, what? Because at the very beginning of the episode, I shit you not, there's probably like 6 minutes of footage of me just trying to get the intro right on this fucking episode to the turbo episode of the Pit Pony, and we're down at PVS Tuning in Parramatta. We're running out of time. The car needs to be tuned. JK's got like 3 hours, and I'm fucking there just fucking up this line.
Turbo.
Normally JK's pretty good. Like when you screw up your line, it's like, okay, just do another take. Like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I could tell JK was getting pissed off at me because he's like, dude, come on. I'm like, I can't say it. I can't say it.
Starting to drip down the forehead.
I was like, this went from fun to this is
shit.
It's not even the fact that it annoys me when you get it wrong. It's just my back. If I'm holding the camera like this and you're like, oh, let's restart, I'm like, please.
We're going to talk about that arch later though, because you got some arch, dude. You got some arch on you,
Was
bro.
it you that posted that photo of my just scoliosis?
I did, man. Yeah. I did, man.
You know, you're not the only one that's done that. I think 2 other people have done that before.
Dude, you got an arch. Like,
one at Hot Import Nights. You took a photo of it.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Dude,
I got worse than I thought.
I got videos of that shit, bro.
Look, man, if the shot's stable, it's fine. I'll just deal with the back problems later.
Dude, you've moved on from the arch. You've actually gone to full-blown leg calf. That photo, that video I got of you at World Time Attack where you're in full arch mode.
Yeah.
Dude's just showing off that he's a professional volleyball player. And he's just like, oh, check this shit out.
Guys, the shorts came up and I couldn't even like do anything about it, you know?
Dude, I thought it was straight out of the 70s or 80s. I was like, dude, are we fucking
Play basketball there?
But I suppose, like, moving forward, the kit, I think that a lot of people, potentially like a lot of photographers or photographers wanting to be videographers or just videographers, talk to me about the evolution of the kit, bro. Like the gear that you need. Like, I don't know if we should do like a versus. Yeah. Like, do you think that'd be a good idea, Tones? Like versus, like, do you like good versus like, oh, sorry, cheap versus expensive?
Yeah,
we should film an episode of that. Camera gear, cheap versus expensive. You know?
We'll throw the professional guy the shit camera, and then the beginner guy the professional camera. And we're like, let's see who can make a better video.
I love watching those.
Jack is like, I'll smash this guy.
Do you want to film a rap episode, bro? I got one for you.
Yeah, but talk about the gear. Like, what gear did you start with? You said the camcorder at the beginning.
Yeah.
But then did you go through a phase of camera gear? Did you have to like follow up with the newest tech? Because I say like every couple of months there's something new that comes out. Sony comes out with something. Canon comes out with something. Nikon. What else is like GoPros?
Yeah.
DJI, all the camera gear. All the camera
shit. They
shit.
cannot stop releasing drones, I'll tell you. DJI, I need to relax. I cannot keep up with the amount of drones that they keep.
What, there's the like, DJI RS or something now?
Yeah, there's far out. There's enough like different models, and then they keep releasing variants of each model until they have like 30 different drones on the market all at the same time.
They're taking over.
Dude, sounds like a Subaru.
They're taking over.
I just gave up. I was like, you know, I'm just going to stick with my drone. I can't be asked to look at all this.
You don't need it though, right?
Do you use much of a drone?
A little bit. I honestly, the trip that I did to PNG the other week, I've never used it more in my entire time of owning.
But you're doing like environmental landscape shots. Like that was hectic.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to like
building stuff. Yeah, a lot of people use it in building, construction.
But yeah, so my first camera, I want to say, technically it wasn't really the camcorder because it's not really my camera. But the first camera was a DSLR Canon 700D. Got it for my birthday when I was in year 5 or so.
Wow. 2 shootings into year 5.
Yeah, so I think it was year 5 or year 6, one of those.
Dude, shooting the school play.
Year 5, you know, like a little PSP or something.
Funny you say that. I actually did. And I got paid for it as well.
No way.
It's like $400, you know? It's pretty decent for like a kid in year 6.
Are you kidding me?
It was pretty solid, yeah.
Dude, how many fucking Redskins did you buy after that?
Far out. I was like,
Yeah, I pay at the corner store.
I thought I was rich. I was like, oh, I've made it.
Dude, what? Okay, sorry, go.
Yeah, so that camera, 700D, I think it was probably like around $400 back then anyway. So yeah, got gifted that. And I literally used that camera until it almost broke. I actually left it on the roof of my car once and we drove off and I forgot to, because I put it on the roof of my car because I had some other stuff I was carrying. Got in the car, completely forgot about it. We drove off. I don't know how the hell it stayed on there for so long. Went around a roundabout and I'm looking out the window and I just see my camera fly off and hit the road. I'm like, oh, okay, that's where that is. Oh, dear. And yeah, we had to stop, pick up the lens, which was in 2 pieces. It was so sad. It was my first red ring lens. Oh. Like the first like red ring lenses by Canon. Back then, to me, those were like the cream of the crop.
But why?
Those, I don't know, just all the influencers had them and like, you know, classic kid in year 6, like you're just frothing over whatever the influencer has.
Agree.
Yeah, and all the red rings, if it had a red ring, and then it had a good f-stop. So I finally saved up enough to buy one of them. And unfortunately, that was the lens that got split in half when it fell off the moving car. So I still have that actually in my studio on the shelf because it was like my first.
Like memorabilia.
Yeah. And it's still in 2 pieces as well.
Dude, get that
like
shit
all the-
encased in glass.
I should, I'll put it in like resin or something. Put it into the table. But yeah, so the camera ended up being fine actually. They used to build Canons like Nokias, I swear. They're indestructible. It flew off the car at like 60 k's an hour and it was still fine. It obviously scratched up. The screen's a bit off, like the colours are all dodgy now. Like your skin tones are like purple. But it's fine when it comes out if the camera's just a screen. So yeah, that happened. Obviously I had to buy another one because it was just too broken.
That's so weird. Keep going.
Obviously I had to buy another one because it was just too broken to fix. And I'm not going to deal with looking at like Minions the whole time because it just looks like the purple ones in particular.
Yeah.
So yeah, bought the same camera again just because it was doing the job for me. I didn't need a different one. And I used that camera all the way up until I moved to Sydney. And in 2020, I'm pretty sure, I bought a Blackmagic pocket cinema camera, the 4K one. So that was a really big step up for me because I went from 1080p 25 frames footage on a DSLR, very entry level DSLR, straight up to 4K B-raw 60 frames Blackmagic color science. It was a lot of a learning curve for me because it took a lot to get used to because the camera doesn't even have like in-camera stabilization or anything, so you've really got to be careful with what you're shooting. Like all the DSLRs all have their own inbuilt stabilization. This one you can see everything, like. So once I bought that, it was next level.
Is that next level up, that Blackmagic, is that what you shot the Endless East stuff with?
Yeah.
Okay.
All my car stuff that I've shot have been with the Blackmagic because I think I started shooting car stuff the beginning of 2021 or very late 2020. So
How expensive is that?
not as expensive as you would think, but definitely up there. It was like secondhand, it was 1,400, 1,500.
With inflation?
Probably a bit more now, but
And them new?
new probably 1,600, depending on who you get it from, where you get it from. But the one I bought secondhand was from this film student, and it came with 18 to 35 mil lens. So I think it was a pretty damn good deal for back then.
100%.
The problem was it didn't come with a hard drive to record on, and I only had my 64 gigabyte SD cards from my DSLR, so I could record about 30 seconds worth of footage, and then that's about it. But yeah, he was offering a 50 to 100 mil lens as well, but it was just too much. I'd like already blown the budget completely.
Yeah,
Buying that thing.
totally worth it.
Yeah, 100%. Had to get it at some point.
It is totally worth it though. But let's get on the topic of like, because the camera and the lenses and all that type of stuff is one thing. You just hit the nail on the head with the storage. Like all this shit adds up at the end of the day. And let's not forget that some like editing software is a subscription based service. Like it all fucking piles up. So this comes back to the staple: cheap versus expensive. Where the fuck do you even begin with this? Because it's in stage. You got storage,
Yep.
camera and lenses, editing,
Yep.
lighting, sound.
Yes.
That's 5.
Even I would even add
Stabilization.
stabilization. Yeah.
6.
I think
Computer editing.
Computer.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, the most important bit. Otherwise, can't do shit. All up,
Yeah.
it's fucking few grand. It's fucking few grand.
Quite a few, yeah.
It's like, it's about a few, like, dare I say, maybe 1,000, like, Freddo frogs. Like that's
There's a lot of Freddo frogs. Yeah, which one are we talking about? Are we talking about the caramel or the plain?
Well, the caramel's obviously $3 and the normal one's just $1, right? But no, I'm kidding. But
Connoisseur over here.
seriously, where do you go wrong with it, and what is right? Like,
Yeah, it's hard to know. It's hard to know when to go cheap and when not to go cheap.
let's break it down then. Let's start with camera and lenses.
Yeah, look, with cameras and lenses, definitely cameras, I think you probably should definitely not go cheap on that. Like that's the main workhorse of everything you're doing. And along with computers as well, I think it's pretty much impossible to go and get a cheap computer and be fine with that, because it's going to be overheating the whole time. You won't be able to edit properly. And even something as simple as a slight delay when you press the space bar to pause the video can throw off the sync of the audio completely.
Not only throw the sync, ruins my fucking mojo and my rhythm. It ruins. I
You just
can't.
got to wait for it to render every time you add a new video, and you're like, no, I'm done with this.
Dude, if I can't view it in full screen, I'll fucking get up and walk away from the computer. I'm not doing this half one over 2
window
shit.
view. Yeah.
Fuck off.
But yeah, so I definitely think you can get away with going cheap on lighting though, because like obviously to some extent, there are some brands like Neewer, for example, pretty solid stuff. You know,
Shameless plug.
like yeah, sponsor me if you
Is there a discount code?
Sponsor you. Sponsor all of us.
sponsor us actually if you wouldn't mind. We're using your products right now. Yeah, Neewer. Pretty incredible. They don't only do lights as well. They do like everything under the sun, basically. Like you search it and they've somehow got it. Like I have a magic arm, which is what holds my monitor to the handle. Neewer is premium quality with the magic arm. Like I can't remember what brand it was, magic arm before that, some dodgy Amazon one. Neewer, I got the Neewer one. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get another one of these. Far out. This is actually incredible. So they've really stepped up their game. You'll see a lot of videographers who are on a bit of a budget using that kind of stuff because they're good. Like they're pretty decent.
Dude, I can fully testify to this because back in my days of like business podcasting and all that stuff, like and I fully rate the Neewer arm. This is a Neewer arm right now. This is a Neewer arm right now.
Exactly.
But back in the day, like we would use Neewer lighting in our business studio, like to shoot all those podcasts. Like the Rode mic and the Rode stand and all that type of stuff was there. But like, did we fully use Neewer like lighting? And for me, Neewer stands out for the lighting. You're talking about the magic arm. I think there's so many different elements to it, and it kind of catches you off guard because you're like, well, why is it
so cheap?
Why is it so cheap? It's kind of like the same thing. I always relate it to like Audi versus Coles and Woolworths. And I'm like, there's actually nothing wrong with the Audi version.
It's just different, you know.
It's just different.
It's good. It's different.
Expensive isn't always good.
Yeah. So half the time you are just paying for the brand name as well. Like
That's correct.
Yeah.
Like, for example, why is it $130 for a pair of Vans right now? Don't know. It's stupid. I remember the days when you used to buy $40 Vans. That shows my age, but that does not. Inflation has nothing to do with it. You're paying for a brand. It's the same canvas shoe.
Yeah.
Nothing changed.
Exactly. Like I have V-Lock batteries to run with my camera because the little terrible NP batteries that you get with the camera last for about 20 minutes before they die. So I've had to buy these massive chunky V-Lock batteries that last about 5 hours if you're lucky, and depending on how low this LCD brightness is as well, could last a bit longer even. But I have two I forgot what they're called. It's some in particular brand, FX Lion or something, and then one one Neewer. The Neewer one is slightly better than the other two.
Really?
And the other two is a V-Lock specific brand, like battery specific. And the Neewer still is better, in my opinion.
So it's compatible. It's better.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Ever so slightly cheaper. I will say it's not that much cheaper than the other ones, but still, for Neewer to have that many different products and still be that good quality with all of them, it's pretty impressive.
Where's Neewer based out of? Is it
Who knows?
European or is it straight
We're
out
going
of
to have a
Taiwan?
chat with them tomorrow. Is that what you're saying? Like we're in the head office tomorrow. We're going in, have a little meeting, sit down.
It's interesting though, because like, dude, you can get so deep in like these little worlds. Like, I love Rode, right? That's why we're using Rode microphones, and it's also an Australian business. Like, I'm fully for supporting local. I love you, Rode. Like, I love these Rode arms. I love the Rode microphones. I love the Rode like caster thing that we have doing this potty. Like, there's so many. Like, the Rode wireless is how we do interviews. It's how we film some of our shows. It's how we, dude. It's so good from that perspective. But sometimes I just can't resist a fucking bargain. Like, I just dude, I'm pretty sure even the green screen setup that I was telling you about before that we just set up in the new studio, half of that's from Neewer.
Yeah, all right.
Like the staging, the poles, like all the stands, like that holds up that fucking 7 meter tall green screen.
Funny
like
you say that. I've actually got all my stands in Neewer as well.
There you go.
All my lighting stands, yeah.
Dude, it's either that or they're really effective at marketing, because anytime you want to like type in the thing that you're looking for, Neewer.
Straight to the top, sponsored, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit. But you know what? Maybe you could help some punters out there. We broke it down into what, 6, 7 stages?
Yes.
What was it? Camera, lens, computer, stabilization, lighting,
Audio.
audio.
And something else.
Let's make it easier. Like an entry level, like a beginner videographer, what would be their most important things to buy, and they could save some bang and buck on that they probably don't need to look at or buy starting out.
Camera's definitely important. I am not as well versed as I should be in the world of cameras because I just don't keep up with all the Sony cameras that are all being absolutely launched out of the factory at top speed from
60K an hour
Sony
off cars.
Like, they need to relax as well. DJI and Sony, please calm down. No one can keep up, okay?
But if you want to sponsor him, but the doors are open.
I will look into it a bit more if you want to. But yeah, so
then just give your recommendation rather than like thinking about what it could be. You speak from your personal experience, knowing what you know now. Tell us the setup. Tell us the rig, and that you could go out with right now. Bang for buck, cheap versus expensive. This is what you should do.
Like new or old, whatever, just
Doesn't matter.
Someone starting out, where to start.
definitely secondhand camera. Definitely don't get a brand new camera. There's no point doing that because there's plenty of bargains and old blokes who just bought a camera for a holiday who have too much money and then sell it for like a quarter of the price on Gumtree or Marketplace.
So it's like cars.
Find one of them. It's the same thing, honestly. You get some like soccer mum who buys some like random Skyline who has no idea what it is and sells it for like a quarter of the price. It's the same thing. Look on Marketplace, find one of them rich dudes who just bought a camera because why not, and are selling it because now they have no idea how to use it.
Yeah.
Buy one of them instead of a brand new one because it's basically the same thing if like they barely even use it. Get a good lens. Kit lenses that come with cameras, even secondhand, are pretty good, but definitely recommend getting at least one prime lens. I always say get the nifty 50 because those are super cheap, really low f-stop, makes every photo look good. Let's be real, it's pretty good.
Is that for short distance?
Bit about it, like in
I was
between.
gonna say, what's a prime lens for people that don't know?
Prime lens is just like fixed focal length. Like I have like 3 lenses: an 18 to 35, 50 to 100, 100 to 400. Those are all just zoom lenses. A prime lens is just like 50 mil or 85 mil or 24 mil, 35 mil, that kind of thing. I would say get something in between like 24 to 85, just depending on what you're shooting. Honestly, it really depends. But yeah, camera, lens, just at least one solid lens if you can afford it. And it honestly, all of this just depends on what you're shooting, but you don't really need to go that crazy with lights. Like, just get some really cheap light. Like, you know, the first light that I ever bought, the brand name, I kid you not, was Craffy, but it was spelt with a PH, so it looked like crappy. And it was actually a pretty solid light. Like, it wasn't actually too bad, but if you can just buy like a $30 light even and just like chuck a pillowcase over it to diffuse it a bit and soften it, that's honestly good enough. I do that sometimes even now if my big tube lights are dead. Yeah, so audio is very important as well. Just get like a cheap Rode Go or something like that, like $50, $100, something like that.
Like a directional mic?
Yeah, shotgun mic.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with one of them. That's honestly, like, I wouldn't worry too much about stabilization until you really get into it. I think focusing on composition of shots and being creative with it should come first before you worry about getting a gimbal or something like that. Spending time figuring out how to shoot before buying the gear will really, really save you, because then you'll know what type of gear you need to buy, because there's such a big range of gear for different niches of shooting. Like, if you're doing a podcast, you don't need a gimbal. Like, you just need to figure out what you need in the process of shooting.
Yeah. I
like it.
You've obviously grown, so you've got like, you can fit each niche quite well, and that was very evident at Paul Time Attack. Only because I'm with JK Paul Time Attack.
I know what you're about to say as well.
We're walking around, we're filming, we're doing like interviews, and we're fucking around, and he's getting cool shit. And JK goes, "Oh, here, can you hold this?" And I went, "Yeah, sure." Next minute, this guy pulls out his like huge fucking like army rucksack off, which looks like it weighs about a ton, pulls out a whole other entire rig out of the thing. Fuck the new lens. This guy pulls out a whole new rig, and I'm just lugging around this other camera while he's getting this perfect close-up shot with the other rig. And I just went, this guy's leveled up like so much. It's crazy. And then you see the content that you shoot with it. You go like, oh my God, this is so necessary. But be honest, did you bring the 2 rigs because it was easier just to switch out the lens from that perspective rather than trying to fucking screw around with the same one, getting that long shot to the short shot?
Because I really like my 50 to 100 lens and also my 100 to 400. For those just crisp, like flyby shots when they're coming down the straight around a corner, super slow-mo. The tires are like kind of pushing it to the limit, sliding out a bit. Oh, those shots. You can't do that with a gimbal. Like,
No.
So I recently bought the 6K version of the camera that I already have, just so I can leave the fat lenses on it with all the monitor stabilization support stuff and everything, and just chuck it on a tripod or just carry it around handheld for interviews and whatever. And then have my other camera on the gimbal, because taking a camera off a gimbal is fine if it has a quick release, but if you like put anything on the camera that's different to when you balanced it, the whole thing is just done for. You can't just swap the lens and just be all fine and dandy. It's like, it has to be the exact same as when you balanced it, otherwise it's done for. So
Can you maybe explain to people, because there's one thing you said before about composition. What did you mean by getting the composition of the shot?
Yeah, so a big thing that I got taught by my dad when I was learning photography and just everything in general, one thing he kept pushing, and trying to drill into my head was the rule of thirds.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people would have heard about that if they're into videography or photography, because it's like the most staple thing that everyone talks about when they're trying to
Fucking teach me like I'm
Teach
a
you.
blank A4 sheet of paper, bro.
you don't
because
know shit.
I'm learning so much. It's crazy.
Yeah, so the rule of thirds is basically when you divide the screen into thirds. Who would have thought? Like two lines.
What is thirds?
So it's like
I don't do math.
I know cuatro.
it's like when you play noughts and crosses.
Yeah.
It's just like dividing the screen like that. So there's 3 squares along the top, 3 in the middle, 3 on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
You want to place your subject in one of the thirds and have like, say for example, I'm filming an interview and the interviewee is next to me and the person who's being interviewed is looking at that person. You want to have a bit of space on where they're looking. So you want to put them in, say if they're looking to the left, you want to put them in the right third so that there's space to where they're looking. And just doing composition like that, it's a bit different when it comes to cars, because obviously, like, what the hell, where's the car looking? Like, what are you meant to do with that? But even placing like the logo of the car, or just putting like the headlight in the center of the frame and just like doing a parallax around with that, which is when you like track around.
I fucking love that shit. I get off on that stuff.
Yeah, honestly, far out. But just learning and looking at other people and how they compose their car videos and stuff. It's a real art when you get into it, you know. You won't be able to stop. You get addicted to it.
Dude, like, I'm sure we're going to get into the editing process later. It's like a hot topic that I want to ask you.
Yeah.
But like the work that we've done together, and I've like edited some of the footage you shot, and when you finish that vid, it could be 15 seconds, it could be 4 minutes, it could be like whatever, YouTube, social media, it doesn't matter. When you get that, even when you're like a quarter way through it and you just get those first few shots, you already got the song in your head, you already know how this whole video is going to actually sit, and you get that first 15 seconds, I've literally sat there and just been like,
You gotta like call someone, bro. You see it and you're like, Matt, you gotta see this.
and I text you.
Yeah, you do. You send me a photo of the screen, like, bro, this is absolutely mental. And I'm like, oh, I know how you're feeling right now, man.
It's so true. Do you ever get that feeling when you're editing some of the stuff that we shoot?
When you guys were filming the Pit Pony series, this dude was here like, wait, check this out. He's filming some shit. It's fucking sick.
Yeah.
Like every time you film something, he'll be sending me videos and something. He's like, this is sick. We just did this. I'm like, yeah, I wish I was there, but I can't.
The editing portion though, before like the actual product is out, is like just when that song hits that perfect beat into
on
the
drop.
next frame.
It's like speed ramp into the drift or something. Oh, bro, too good.
Kids' dreams could be taken away with that stuff. Like it's just
This is the kind of stuff that could solve world hunger.
dude, actually. The UNICEF guys doing the video TV commercial. It's like, this is it. This is it, dude.
Changing lives.
Well, funny enough then, on that whole topic of being on thirds, and you said before, like knowing which way a car's going to fucking go or shoot or figure out, dude, you're shooting moving cars now with hectic frames so you can slow shit right down. How do you figure that? How do you figure that composition out then, especially on the drift scene?
Yeah.
All world time attack, these circuit cars, they're going fucking fast. How do you do that?
Yeah, so the problem is it's actually a way easier to film cars that are doing that rather than to film cars that are just sitting there.
Bullshit. What?
Because it's a very controversial statement to make, but it's definitely easier to film cars speeding around a track than it is to film a car that's just stationary. Because with the car that's stationary, you've got to figure out how it's going to sit, where it's going to sit, the lighting. There's just the fact that you can control all the elements stresses me out so much. Because I'm like, if I mess this up, it's on me. Like, I can't blame anything. Like, they're staring at me, watching me put all the lights and set everything up. If it looks bad, it's my fault. But I can blame it on so many things if it's the car that's on the track.
So really what you're trying to say is it's actually Mad Mike's fault that he put the car in that place, not yours.
Well, actually, now that I say it and think about it, it's actually difficult to do both of them. But the way I do it is I just make sure it's in focus and just zoom in, punch in as hard as I can, and just make sure it's like in the frame. Because the good thing about cars on track is since they're moving, it doesn't matter where it is, it just looks sick anyway.
It does.
But I think after a while of shooting, it comes almost like second nature to you. Like I don't really think about it when I do it. I just wait for the car to come around the corner, make sure it's in focus. And the main thing that I'm thinking about is making sure it's in focus instead of where it is in the frame. Like my camera doesn't actually have autofocus. It's because it's a cinema camera. It's only got manual focus.
Why are you doing that to yourself?
I hate the fact that it doesn't have autofocus. It annoys me every time I go to the track.
God.
But the fact that it doesn't means I have to track it as it comes flying towards you and then around the corner. So what I do is I do a couple of practice shots, just have a feel for where the car's going to be, try and find those points, crank up the focus peaking so the whole screen is like red so I can tell, because when it's moving, the motion blur kind of tricks the monitor into thinking it's not in focus. So I can't even use focus peaking if it's like that. But yeah, it's pretty difficult either way, if I'm being completely honest. But as long as it's in really slow-mo, that kind of like imperfections look really good. Like that kind of camera shake, that kind of stuff, when it's a bit out of frame, really add to like the aggressiveness of the racing.
Can I tell you something that I think it's actually really useful for? And I've seen you do some trickery. But I think using what most people think would be a bad shot or something maybe coming out, like a transition out of focus or into focus, that's your transition shot.
Exactly.
Don't try use the bad side into something good. Like it could actually be the best thing that could ever happen. 100%. That coming out of focus into focus, like coming up over the hill on turn 3 or turn 2, whatever it is, like you could use that to your advantage. And I've seen you do it. And I've also done it with your footage. I've seen you do some trickery shit at events where I'm like, this guy would take, for example, let's say you're shooting at a big event like Unmarked, right? Or Hot Impulse Night. And you can go find one of JK's movies and I'll prove it. I'll prove it to the world. Someone walked in front of JK's camera. This guy didn't just go, this is bad footage. This guy uses it as a fucking transition to go into the next frame. And I was like, this guy's a genius.
No wasted footage.
No wasted footage whatsoever. No wasted footage whatsoever. Like, and I applaud you for that. I applaud you for recognizing and seeing those moments, which most people would probably be like, fuck, this guy just walked in front of my camera. No, dude, you used it as if it just brought in the next scene.
Yeah. Like I really like those kind of shots. I saw it once on a YouTube tutorial about transitions when I was a lot younger. If you mask out the back part of his leg, like everything behind his leg, as in his leg is literally the thing that
Pulls to
swipes.
the next frame.
Yeah, it swipes over to the next frame. If you just mask that out, it looks so good. Like they walk past and it's the next frame and you're like, wait, how the hell did that even happen? It's just so smooth that you can't even tell that it's happening.
It's so smooth.
I love doing it. I use it a bit too much, actually. I should probably calm down with it.
You need to calm down.
I need to calm down.
No, don't calm down. Keep going at it. I can blow this shit up.
Sony's like, calm down, dude. Oh, God. Okay. I want to nip this in the butt before we start moving on to other topics, though. Let's maybe try focus it around a budget, yeah? What do you think is a good budget for those few things we talked about? Lighting, audio, camera, computer, all that type of stuff. What budget would you give JK? Yeah, I'm being dead serious. Like, what do you think is a good
I think we
thing?
should put the question on JK. It's like, what's an entry-level budget, or like, how much would everything cost for a beginner? Because like everyone sees it. Everyone, like, you search up a camera, it's always the newest shit that pops up. And what cameras nowadays? They're like $3K or what?
Dude, it's a
2-3.
joke.
Yeah.
And that's just the body itself, not including lenses. So like, what's like an entry level? Plus, you were saying about getting secondhand stuff. Not saying we're going to hold them to it, but what's an entry level or like a very friendly, wallet friendly price tag, or people should work towards or save up before they go invest in something?
Just say if you need 3K, you need 3K, but it gets you all of these things.
Yeah, I would say if you really wanted to take it to the next level and like put all of your time and effort into this, and you want to like really save up for this, I reckon you could get a pretty solid kit for like 1.5 even.
What?
Like if you put your money in the right places.
So that's camera, lens.
Oh, but if we're
I'm saying
including computer as well,
dude. I'm saying like just like realistic, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just saying like just saving up for this goal, and that's what I'm saying. Let's say
this is entry though.
but still though, let's say you've saved up $4,000 or $5,000 or whatever it is, right? You now put the pieces of the puzzle together using those 6 different or 7 different niches, 7 different things that you need: the camera, the lens, you can add stabilization, or maybe you're like, nah, fuck that off, don't worry about it. That's your budget. What would you go out and buy?
yeah, I would definitely spend at least $2,000 on a computer,
Okay.
PC,
All right.
not laptop, because you can be really efficient with getting a PC because they don't just cram everything into the laptop and have space as the main priority. You can get second-hand parts as well to build PCs. It's just like a whole other world with that kind of thing. So definitely $2,000 into a PC. And what would we say? $4,000 was the budget? What was it?
Whatever you call it.
I'm going to give you $5,000. Put it that way, $5,000. So you're 2 down already.
All right, 2 down. Yep. I would put another at least $1,000 and a bit into a camera. And a solid like $700 into a lens, maybe.
So let's just call it we're a
4.2.
4.2. So you got $800 left.
I would
Accessories.
spend maybe $100 on lighting
Okay.
and another say like 300 on audio, because audio is pretty important. Like you can't really cheap out and get away with it if you're doing something like lapel mics. Like my first lapel mics were pretty dodgy, and you can definitely tell that they're dodgy. So I definitely think you can't really cheap out too hard on audio. So
Yep.
I would spend a good 300 or so on audio. What else are we missing?
You've got like $300 left, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think you would need a gimbal if you're starting out like that. Honestly, something as simple as a monopod for like $80 off Marketplace could get you some pretty decent shots. Like I still run around with a monopod. In fact, it's not even a monopod. It's my glide cam that I've extended and took off the bottom, because running around with a monopod is just so good. Like you can put any lens on it. It's super stable. You just compact it again. You can like reach above all the crowds with it as well. Monopod's definitely a good solution to that kind of thing.
Okay. All right.
And just the remaining money just spent on like SD cards and all the small like little nitty gritty things that you need.
There's only one more thing we haven't included in there: the editing software. Which one are you going to pick, JK? Because I don't think, and maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong here, you need DaVinci. DaVinci's great. Don't know if it's like the starting out thing.
Definitely. Look, it's definitely not what I would start with. But I think at the same time, diving into the deep end after you get a bit of experience on the slightly more trashy softwares definitely isn't a bad idea, because I feel like once you get into a software, start teaching yourself that software, then you kind of stick with that for the rest of your editing. Like for me, I really want to learn DaVinci because DaVinci is made by Blackmagic and my camera is Blackmagic.
Yeah.
And everyone tells me, why aren't you editing on DaVinci? Your colors could look so much better. And I agree. I really want to learn DaVinci. I just don't have the time anymore. And I wish I had done it sooner when I had more spare time to do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because now I'm just stuck with Premiere Pro. And it's not bad. Premiere Pro is great. Like, don't get me wrong. But it just could be better.
Yeah.
So I definitely think I started with Windows Movie Maker. Like it's like
Bro, how good was that?
Love that shit.
That's your
incredible.
sample.
It's so good. Moving to Premiere Pro after that was horrible. I hated it so much because everything's less efficient as soon as you swap softwares, and it's hard to get into the groove again. But it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
So I would say definitely start on. So I don't even know if they have Windows Movie Maker.
They
anymore.
do.
They still have it.
Yeah, dude. It's still a thing. It's still there.
Definitely
A
start
version
with
of
that.
it.
Some version of it. I would start with Windows Movie Maker or some equivalent software, like even on your phone, like they're all basically the same thing in different layouts.
Is it so? The way I understand it, DaVinci has like a level of control unlike no other. Like it's just like you've got as many presets as you want and as many things as you need to work with your project, but like Premiere does like enough. DaVinci like fucking triples it.
Yeah, like Premiere Pro gets the job done.
Yeah,
and then that's about it. Just like minimum wage kind of thing.
yeah.
And then DaVinci takes that and then shoves it up your ass and then says, "What the hell's that? Let's do a bit better here."
Have you tested this theory out though, where like you've gone with a mate and been like, okay, we're going to work on the same project and we're going to turn out the same video, but you're going to do it through DaVinci and I'm going to do it through Premiere.
You know, it's kind of sad. I don't even need to. I just see what comes out. I have this mate. His name's Gustavo. Same age as me and everything. We were in the same class. He decided to teach himself DaVinci. He's now a professional color grader.
God damn it.
And he's my age. He makes a pretty solid amount of money off it.
Oh, I know some people who make solid money off color grading,
Yeah,
bro. It's a fucking skill.
It's unbelievable. The stuff that comes out of his computer is otherworldly. Like, I wish I had done what he did and just taught myself that when I had the time, because what the stuff that comes out of mine, Premiere Pro, it's good, but it's nothing compared to his. Like, he color grades proper, like documentaries and all this kind of stuff. Doesn't even edit them, he just color grades them. It's specifically that. He's made his own LUTs as well that he sells, and like $35 each. He makes crazy money out of just selling LUTs.
That's fucking wild.
But yeah, since DaVinci's like, they call it node based because you have all these nodes, and it's like, it's just different because all the other editing softwares, Premiere Pro is like got the same layout as half the other things like Final Cut and everything. It's like the same concept. DaVinci is a completely different concept. It's like changes the whole color grading kind of thing. It's like
Reading a whole different language.
which is why so few people ever swap to it compared to swapping from like Final Cut to Premiere. Like, not many people swap to DaVinci just because of how annoying it is to learn.
It's just next to you.
it just sounds like it's just that next level. It's like Unit 4 maths.
Yeah, I did standard, so you know, that's probably why I'm still with Premiere Pro. I'm making it out to be a lot harder than that really is, honestly. If you just put in the effort, put in the time, then you can seriously learn it.
It is true though. I understand fully what you're talking about though, because I overheard this story and then I saw the video firsthand. But I saw this video. The guy now works for the Ferrari. This guy made this video for Ferrari, and it took him like months. Don't get me wrong, to come up with this, because he did all the visual effects. He shot the video. Everything from start to scratch was from him, but it was through DaVinci. And when you watch what this guy made, which is online, by the way, it's pretty sure it's on Ferrari's Instagram. It's like this fucking beautiful video, but just the creativity and what he had at his disposal through DaVinci, you're just like, wow. There's no way you can make that in Premiere Pro. It's just not possible. It's just not possible.
Same with After Effects, actually. That's another thing I wish I learnt, because the transitions that you can do in After Effects, even just the in-camera stabilization, in the stabilization in the software, it takes like the metadata from the camera and like the gyroscope information from it and uses that instead of chucking warp stabilizer on it and just crossing your fingers and hoping it turns out well, which is what I still do.
Yeah, it's still doing great.
And it works fine. But just the small things like the speed ramping and the tracking that you can do in After Effects, I need to get onto that train. Like,
Yeah. I'm a Padawan when it comes to
I don't want to go
After
back.
Effects. Oh, shit. But I brought up that because it is an element that everyone does have to remember, because you got to pay for it.
definitely, Premiere Pro is not cheap. Creative Cloud in general is so expensive.
What is it now? Like $90, $100 per month?
Yeah, it's something stupid.
Because you can't just have like the 3 things that you want. They make you go, well, you can have one.
Or you can have all of them,
Yeah.
which includes like Audition, Lightroom. And
Oh, what's the matter? You're not a student? Oh.
What do you mean? I'm still on EDU one.
Oh, it's like, oh, you're not a senior citizen? Sorry,
no
dude.
pensioners. Oh, sorry, champ. You got to pay the full price.
It really is annoying though. So stay contacted with people who are studying hard, because they get a cheaper subscription to
Just use
Adobe.
their student code. And then Even if they're doing like business or something they don't need Creative Cloud for, it's fine.
Yeah. UNSW Society, Car Society, yeah.
Yeah, go to TAFE actually. It's like it's free and you get a Creative Cloud subscription.
You still got yours, right?
Is that why you didn't graduate?
Just indefinitely.
You know it's a hack.
It's doing the same course over and over again. You're still in TAFE? Yeah. It's been like 5 years.
I'm slow learner, dude.
Oh, it's just on hold. I'm going back to it.
Slow learner, the guy's like shooting Top Gear. It's like, you sure?
Yeah.
That's something I want to talk about. So you've been leveling up and up and up. You've been making your way through YouTube, social media. You got your own following starting to go. Tell me what ran through your head the moment you got the call for Top Gear.
You're making it sound like I filmed it, bro.
Well, I mean, you did film it, but like, I understand that you were part of many that were a part of the entire Top Gear crew. You were still there and you still got to film shit and you still got to have fun. What was that like?
I actually didn't get to film it.
What do you mean?
I was in the audience.
I thought you were
It was one
actually
of the
shooting
extras.
shit.
No.
Oh, fuck, dude. Then how the fuck did you turn out that content?
Oh, on my phone.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. It was pretty solid. They just let us roam around for a bit and I was just like, getting the content.
How did you get that?
Yeah, so funnily enough, through a mate from TAFE. So there's this one guy from TAFE who really wanted to learn more from me, like shooting wise and everything. I've been giving him tips and like, he's been sending me his videos and I've been like telling him what to improve on and all that kind of stuff. And I didn't even know any of this, but his wife works for BBC. And one day I thought it was a scam actually at first. He sent me this thing that was like, you want to be on Top Gear? Apply here. And I'm like, yeah, right, shut up. But he sent it to me, so I was like, well, I'm going to check it out, see what it's about. And I messaged him, I was like, what's this about? And he's like, oh, my wife works for BBC and we're looking for audience members. And I'm like, no way. I have to do this. So I signed up for as many days as I could. Only got like 2 or 3 days, and brought my mate with me as well. And they shot it was pretty long shoots actually. There's a lot of just standing around doing nothing, but I can say I'm in Top Gear in a couple of the shots, just behind the presenters, like looking at the camera like a retard. But one of the shoot nights actually went so long that they had to hire water taxis to get us home because the ferries had stopped running. Because we got home at like 3 a.m. or something stupid like that, and I had to shoot the next day at 6 a.m. So I had about an hour's sleep, and then I got up like a zombie and just dragged my camera to the car. And luckily, I didn't have to drive because I was just going with my photographer who is shooting at the same event. But yeah, far out. It was a long night. Definitely worth it though to meet the hosts.
100%.
Top Gear, like.
What are they like?
JLP is exactly how you would expect him to be like.
Yeah.
He's very like, like. It's no messing about here.
Yeah.
Bo is.
Bo.
Is very energetic, fidgety. He wants to get it done. He wants to get the lines over and done with. And
Moog is Moog.
yeah, he's just
It's all in there.
he's just the most chill guy you can imagine.
Yeah.
I got photos with him at the end as well, and I got one with JLP doing like the stupidest face, like the classic JLP face. But yeah, it was such a good experience. I'm so glad I got to do it.
100%.
I was gonna network. I was gonna try and network with some of the videographers there, but they were all just in like filming mode. So it's kind of hard to do that when they're trying to shoot something. It's like, hey, you want to talk to me about cameras? Shut up, go away. But I was just frothing. It's funny. Everyone was frothing over the cars and like the hosts, but I was looking at the cameras like, oh my goodness, is that?
And what is that setup like? Because this is TV production level quality shit. Like,
Yeah, far out. They had so many cameras for so many angles. I think they had like 3 on each presenter. It was ridiculous. But there was one in particular on a massive jib that extends outwards. So the camera's on the end and it like literally just extends and moves outwards. Those alone, forget the camera, forget everything else. Those alone are literally like a couple $100,000. It's ridiculous. Like nobody actually owns them. They just rent them because they're that expensive. But seeing one of them in person was crazy.
I think I know what you mean. It's like an alien arm from a
It's
spaceship,
like a
right?
robot arm. But
Yeah.
Is it
just
silent? Like,
Yeah.
So it's like a silent. That's probably where the money goes into, because you're on like a high. It must be controlled by hydraulics, right?
Oh, it depends on what it is, honestly. Some of them are actually manual and you just pull it backwards.
Yeah, right.
Because they operate it from the other end where all the weights are to counterbalance it. And some of them you just pull it backwards, but the really big ones, the really heavy ones are definitely electronic.
It's like a big crane, right?
Yeah, it's a crane, yeah. It's fucking sick. It's a massive crane. It's so,
just to get a close-up shot so that they're not in the way of the audience.
yeah,
They can just
They're just to go over the top of the audience and like pan in. Just the classic like opening shot.
Is that the type of shit that you want? Is that like the level that you want to get to?
You know, I don't have the extending one, but I have just some like cheap little jib. Every now and then, you know, one day when I was home alone, you know, some
Good
people
movie.
when they're home alone, they might just, you know, mess around, do whatever.
Keep going.
Yeah, bring the bike inside, put it on the counter, you know.
Yeah, of course.
What I did when I was home alone was set up my jib and just rig it out as hard as I possibly could, and just
We're still
sat
talking
there.
about cameras, right?
Yeah. Sat there and looked at it and was like, yes, you know what, that is just peak right there. When I get bored, you know, which is not very often because I'm so busy now, but just rigging it out and just putting like the wireless follow focus on it and just putting the gimbal on it as well. And I was just thinking like, I wish I could use this one day. Like, I never actually have any use for the jib because it's just so impractical. It's the niche that you would need it for is so in particular that it just sits in my studio.
So what's the shot that we need to create for you? For you to use it?
What about like
big audience and
We can do that for you. We can make something happen.
honestly, I probably could use it for a bunch of different things, but it's just so like extra. There's no need. Like I could just do it handheld with a gimbal.
Yeah, nah, not today.
Like getting that crane shot, you could literally just do it. Like I do it all the time anyway. Like when I went to Status, it's all in the legs. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
that kind of shot's all in the legs.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, you're a beefy guy, right? Like you work out, you play volleyball.
You kind of need to if you want to be a videographer. I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't work out, man, my bones would have snapped ages ago.
Yeah. Drank a lot of milk.
I couldn't believe this though. When we were shooting the rollers of shots, this dude would hold like this 20 kilo full stabilization with this big camera that he had, the Blackmagic. Just one hand out the window and it was like, is that shit not gonna fall off? I hold a little fucking camera and I'm like, yeah, don't drop. And this dude's got this full gimbal set up and it's like, yeah, I got this shot. Sitting nice, seatbelt still on. Yeah, the shot's good.
I don't know how I haven't dropped it out the window yet because sometimes.
It's because it's your life savings.
Yeah,
bro.
the problem is since it hasn't got autofocus, I'm having to pull focus while hanging out of the window, going 60 k's an hour, holding it with the other hand
We're in
Controlled
we're in
environment.
control environment,
Mexico.
by the way, when we're doing this.
on the track, obviously, because
Yeah.
this isn't like public roads or anything.
Yeah.
Not like you've shot behind the Colorado before.
Yeah. No. Funny story about that, actually. I almost fell off it once because we hit a speed bump at like the speed of sound. And all that's holding me on is like a ratchet strap. And I absolutely headbutt the roof and go, oh, okay.
No, okay, we'll get into the challenges.
that was in a controlled environment.
Yes.
Just to let everyone know.
It wasn't like a police drove, but like
Yeah.
we went past the
There
police.
were
That's
no
all we
police.
sped off.
There were no police.
Right, he
Security.
almost looked at me as well. I'm just sitting there like,
Yeah, I know. Well, like, how the fuck did he not see us?
I don't know, bro.
Dude, can I just say one thing? I know exactly what you mean about how the fuck this guy's holding his hand. When you asked me to carry that other camera around, so I'm like carrying around for him so he can get the shots that he needs, and like we're running around. I'm probably holding it for like 10 minutes, right? I don't care, but it never comes out of my arm because I've got the microphone and everything in the other hand. I'm just with him to get the shot that he needs. Dude, I put this thing down. It's like someone had freaking given me a dead leg in my arm. Because when I went to put it down and lift back up, I was like, hang on a second. What? I was like, what is going on right now? It was fucking nuts. I applaud you, man. It's hard.
You had the big rig. That's got the 50 to
Yeah, I
100
did.
lens.
Yeah,
That
I
thing
did.
has got like a 1.8 aperture. So that glass is heavy.
Yeah.
Properly heavy with the V-Lock battery and everything else on top of it. Man.
He's making me sound like not a gigantic pussy.
No, seriously. I can't even. The reason I have a monopod is so I don't have to hold it like that. That's half the reason I gave it to you, actually.
Thanks, Tim. I'm just like trying to be super nice and helpful. I'm like, let him cook. Let him cook.
Like when we did those rollers for that series we did for YouTube with the last episode.
The brakes
Yeah. Hanging out of the Corolla.
in a controlled environment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That I won't lie, that was probably the closest I've ever come to dropping it. Like it was a hot day, my hands were all sweaty and slippery. I was like, ooh, okay, that was a close one.
Yeah. That, but the shot though. Oh my
Best
God.
rollers I've ever got.
I almost just want to bring it up whilst you two chat, and we can just meander over again. And whilst we watch it, it'll be up on the screen during this video. Whilst we do, I'm going to bring it up whilst you guys go for it. But that I know it's the way you shot it and the hue that you gave it, but it was also the time of day, which I firmly believe helped because you just made it look like just picture perfect sun hitting.
Good.
These brakes are brand spanking fucking new, and they got the sparkle flick through the red, and you're like,
yeah, it's.
I'm
pure
bringing
cinema.
this up. I'm bringing this up.
So do you think the biggest challenge is filming rollers? Is the most challenging part?
Yeah, I would definitely say rollers is the most annoying thing, especially with my camera because it hasn't got autofocus. That's definitely something I really need to like work. I tried it with a wireless follow focus system.
Yeah.
But the delay is just I just can't get used to it. Like I really have been wanting to get one of them. It's called a Tilter Hydra Alien.
What the fuck is all this?
Basically,
Slow it
I don't
down.
know,
Like
who
normal
named
human
it.
words.
I don't know who named this thing. Tilter Hydra Alien. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
But it's basically one of them massive like suction cup looking scaffolding things that goes onto the back window of your car.
Yeah.
And you put the gimbal on top of that or underneath it, hanging off it, and you just sit in the passenger seat with all your wireless stuff.
Fuck.
Doing
How do you
rollers through
trust
that.
that? It was,
Yeah, that's half of why I haven't bought one because I don't know, putting your life savings basically in
On
the trust
suctions?
of a suction cup
Yeah.
on the back of a Mazda 3. Yeah,
I know all about it. I've lost several GoPros with fucking suction about GoPros sitting on cars.
Oh, no way.
But I know, I do agree because we did try. I did buy this new one. It's like a 3. So I was like, there's 2 suctions, 3 suctions, and I was like, I'm definitely getting the 3.
Yeah.
Make sure it's extra security and it's not falling off. But we slapped on Josh's burnout car with a 360 pole on it,
Oh, true.
and the shit actually stuck on.
Yeah, wow.
So it did give me a bit of comment saying, "Is that gonna happen and keep on working out for us to get
Yeah.
those 6 shots?" But yeah, the suction ones.
yeah, because the massive Insta360 like pole thing,
Yeah.
it's not light, especially when it's extended all the way and the camera's at the other end.
No, the thing's like bouncing around. And I'm like,
Yeah, yeah.
is it just gonna just slap off one corner? But it's like what you're saying before. It's like the trust issue comes out. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, can it stay there?
Yeah, like there's only so much you can do to stop it from falling off if it does fall off as well.
Yeah. Is that the video?
Check that fucking shit out.
Oh,
Like,
look at that.
it's so, like, it's golden.
The good thing is we could get up so close to the car as well because, you know, there was no other cars.
Oh, man. I'm gonna throw it up whilst no one's gonna be bored as shit whilst they're listening. But
This is finding video time.
if you're watching it, I'll put it up on the video because it's honestly golden. Like,
It's just too good.
Let me find another section.
only you could pull off that shot though, and I only knew it was possible because we'd done it previously before with other cars, and I was like, okay, this is gonna turn out great.
Yeah, luckily when we did that shot, we'd already had plenty of practice with other cars and I've already done a million other rollers.
Yeah.
So I knew I just wanted to like full send with that one and just get the really close up of the brakes and everything.
I got one for you. Let's say that you don't have a camera, you got your phone. iPhone, Android, doesn't matter. Could you give some people some hints, not putting their body on the line, but maybe how they could probably shoot from their phone getting rollers? And you can go into distance, you can get into like if it should be in cinematic mode. Probably should be.
Yeah.
All that shit. Could you just give me like a quick list of like what people could do?
Yeah. Look, I'm personally not a massive fan of cinematic mode, if I'm being completely honest. Specifically for that fake aperture look that they have. Like it's so bad. Like
Where,
I know
you mean
they're
where it
trying,
blends in and out? Like,
but they just look so trash. Like that. But honestly, if you have, depending on what phone you have, like different lenses and stuff, I would say whack it in either 2 times or 5 times zoom just to preserve the quality because you don't want to do too much digital zoom. And turn your phone upside down so the camera's a bit lower to the ground, and make sure you don't drop it. Obviously, like it's a pretty big thing. But yeah, obviously don't like hang out of the car, but just try and get as low to the ground as you can while being safe.
Yeah.
Flip it upside down, and you'll be surprised with the results, I think, because like iPhone and Android have really nailed the in-camera stabilization now, while preserving the quality still. Because sometimes with like slightly worse stabilization, you can kind of tell where the image is like warping a bit and shaking a bit. You can kind of tell, but you'll be surprised. Like, it's pretty easy now to get good rollers, even with the iPhone.
I think they've been nailing it for a while. Like, this isn't, I know you got a new phone. I've still got that old 13S or whatever, but even now, it's still great. Like, it's great.
Yeah.
It blows me away sometimes, like what I can get. I'm like, what?
It's kind of annoying because I see these viral videos shot on just iPhones or whatever.
Do you believe that?
And I don't know. You know, some of them I'm like, oh, it looks a bit dodgy, you know. But it's so annoying seeing some viral video for someone, and obviously they put some effort into it, but some of them are just like shaky and blurry, and it's just like some dodgy looking video. And it's got like a million likes.
I couldn't find the other video I was looking for.
That's so good. Controlled environment.
Controlled environment. Dude, we own that street.
Yeah.
My uncle owns that street. So it's fun.
Oh, far out. We need to do more of those. Stuff regular rollers, bro. It's an atmosphere involved.
Dude. Well, what's a video that you want to make next? So I think the coolest thing with you, and that anyone could learn from you, bro, honestly, is like you've got so much variety to you now. You get to pick the jobs you want to work in. You get to hone your skill in something that you want to hone in on. Like you get to do all that type of stuff. But truly, like, what's next? Like, what do you want to work on next? Or what's your favorite thing that you like to work on?
At the moment, I've been doing lots of, if you look at my Instagram, I try at least to post every 3 to 4 days. And I've been keeping up pretty consistent now. I've got 151 posts now. I was going to do a whole thing for like 150 posts the other day, but I completely forgot.
The celebration stuff.
Yeah, just like 150 posts.
Go for 300, bro. Don't worry.
But I've been doing a lot of track reels recently, like with World Time Attack, obviously. There's so much content in that. And I have been doing a lot of car shows as well. But one thing that I really enjoy doing, but I don't get to do very often, is like just car features. Just having one car, taking that around and putting it in the best spots in Sydney, getting all the lighting, just focusing on one car is what I want to get back into again, because...
You mean the shit that we used to do?
Exactly that. Exactly that.
I'll give you the excuse for it. It was winter time. It was raining. Summer's now around the corner. Bang, I got cars lined up for you.
That's right.
Are you being serious? That's what you want?
Yeah, because...
I fucking love to hear that.
Like, I absolutely love doing track stuff. And my type of shooting is like in the moment, on the go, like event kind of stuff. That's why I love events so much.
Yeah.
Because it's just like so high pressure, so like... Some people call it stressful, but like I just love that like adrenaline kind of feeling of if you miss the shot, it's over. Like I love getting the shot that's hard to get, because anyone can just, you know, set up a car, set up lights, take forever to get that one shot. But if it's in the moment and it's like really high stakes, it's way more satisfying for me.
It's harder to recreate. It's like,
exactly,
that's the moment.
And you don't see that content as much because it's harder to do. Yeah. I like trying to be unique with my content in that kind of way. But I do want to get back into just car features again, because I've been doing so much track stuff recently that I just want to like swap it up and change it up a little, because I feel like it's just everyone's getting a bit bored with all these drift reels from World Time Attack.
You say that, but they keep going off.
That's true. That's true. I did actually get my first semi-viral video the other day. I think it's got like 130,000 views now.
Nice.
And it was a drift reel from World Time Attack.
Dude, drifting just goes off. But just say that though, like footage of drifting.
You just can't beat it. It's like nothing else. The slow-mo of like the smoke coming out of the wheel.
That's so. Do you like what I did with your footage with that stuff? When I noticed, because like obviously you have the ability to you can capture so many frames. But when I thought to myself, I was like, well, what if I just make the top and the bottom layer the slow frame, and the middle layer I can speed it up?
that was really cool.
It like fucking changes people's perspective of it because
You
they're
can
like,
see both at the same time.
yeah, but they were like, I was just watching something slow, but now like the feature's about to start. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, this is actually how fast they're going and what they're doing.
Because when it's in slow-mo, it's kind of hard to get a gauge of like their like
speed.
Yeah, the speed and like how fast they're actually going and how impressive it really is.
Oh, you captured it all right.
That's why I like speed ramping. If you look at my content on my Instagram, you'll know one thing is I absolutely love speed ramping.
Yep.
I put it in like every second, if not every video, just because you get a bit of the slow-mo, you get a bit of the fast stuff, and it just flows so well. With a song with speed ramping, it gets you grooving, you know? Gets you really into it.
Can I ask, because this is how I shoot. Oh, sorry, this is how I edit. I don't just start a video and just go, I'm going to edit this.
Yeah.
I've got to come up with the full feature-length film in my mind before I've even opened up Premiere Pro. Like, I know what song's going to be on it. I know like the beats per minute. I know exactly how the frame is. I've got the concept in my mind. Is that the way you shoot?
100%.
Yeah?
Definitely. If I'm going to an event, like say for Status, for example, the whole plane ride there, I was listening to songs. And if I know an event is coming up in the future, like for example, Hot Import Nights is coming up very soon, I listen to all these random songs on Spotify or YouTube or look through Reels. If I see a sound I like, I save it. I keep doing that until I've got a bunch of songs that I think I could use for that video. And then right up near like the night before the event or something like that, I'll go through all those songs, listen to them all and decide which one I'm going to use before I shoot the event. So I can shoot to the song, that kind of style, because
My man.
there's different ways that you should shoot for different songs. Like if it's a faster song, you do like, if I'm setting up for lots of speed ramping, then I have to take longer shots for like more tracking of like the car's headlights or something, and take like a 30-second shot instead of just like a really short one. But nowadays I honestly just take as much content as I can so I can use it for any song, honestly. Like I think that's the best way to go.
And that was the beauty about World Time Attack. Like honestly shooting that and then just being able to craft and push in anything that I wanted.
Overshoot that on the shoot.
Oh my God, bro. Like if I want to put Rage Against the Machine on, that song is going to match the video. If I got an idea where I want the fucking heaviest, fattest trap beat on, I've got the videos for it. Don't worry about it. Like, and that's the beauty. Thank you. So that having that and shooting everything we shot was just like chef's piss. Like just.
One thing that they did, I really liked that they did. I don't know if they do this in previous years as well, but this is the first time I've ever had like a media pass to be able to shoot it. I loved at around sunset time when they bring all the cars out into pit lane, set them up and just let the media go crazy with them. That was by far
on the Thursday
the best thing ever. Just having the sun reflecting off them and that like empty pit lane.
It's that post that I put up that I said, if you've never experienced this moment before, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Like sitting in that, do you remember how like, because you kind of got like background music going on, like radio music, but there's nothing. Like there's everyone's in the garage or whatever, cars are out there, the sun's setting, it's just quiet and just
so good.
Like it's windy, but you can't hear the wind. You just see the flags flapping, and then the sun is just perfectly setting.
And there's something so like cinematic about dodgy music. Like not dodgy music coming through dodgy speakers.
Yeah.
Like those like PA system sounding.
That's what it's coming through.
Track ones.
Yeah. And it's just like the most treble sounding thing you could possibly imagine. But it's you got to be there to experience it. Like
the shots that you got of those World Time Attack cars and Cole in that sunset, the way like, and it was slow-mo as well, and he's like walking across the track and you're getting the car and then like it focuses out and then in and then you can see the down the track. I was like, this is so beautiful. I get to this guy's house, I get to his lair and he's like, because I hadn't seen any of the footage that we shot from the entire weekend at World Time Attack, and the first thing he shows me is this like fucking cinematic opening of just a shot, not a fucking video. He just goes, "Oh, I shot this," and it's one of the Got It Rex dudes like walking into the garage, and it's like perfectly him. He has no idea what's going on, but the way he walks across the sun from the pit lane and the contrast of the sun glaring, I was like, what?
That was by far one of my favorite shots of the whole thing.
Oh my God. I used it so many times.
I'm glad. Yeah, just getting those, like, that's why I love shooting events and on the fly stuff so much, because it'll just be a random shot like that you'll get that you won't even think twice about in the moment. That later on when you get back and have a look, you're like, oh, that was good.
It's beautiful.
Although when I shot that, I definitely said to myself, oh, I'm going to take a look at that one later on. That one turned out very well.
Then is there a video you've made on the top of your head and it's like, that's the best video I've made, and that's a statement?
There's definitely a couple that come to mind. Honestly, I think that video that went viral was probably one of my best videos, the drifting ones, because once you do your first drift event, it's like the footage comes out pretty dodgy. Like even now, I still have like every second shot a bit out of focus and I've messed it up. Like I only come out with like 50% of the footage I actually take. But I would definitely say that drift reel that went kind of viral, definitely one of my favorites. Like just getting that bonnet flying up and coming off
in the moment.
The two cars like crashing into each other and like the backfiring coming out the sides. I think that one's definitely my favorite. Like
We'll put it up there.
it's hard to beat.
Well, I'm not going to lie, man. What you're about to see over the next coming few weeks between the interviews that Tony and I did with the racers in collab with your footage, it pieces the puzzle together. And it's fucking...
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
It's so cool, man. Especially Tony's had the best time ever. Didn't realize Tony could speak Japanese.
Don't just
Oh, really?
Didn't really know this, but he's speaking to the dude. I forget his name. Fuck, forgive me. The guy whose bonnet flew off from MCR Factory.
Yeah.
The guy's telling me about with the radium stuff. Tony's fucking having a full conversation to him about speed and fun and everything. He's talking Japanese, and I was like, what the fuck's going on here?
Where'd this come from?
So I was looking to him, he was like, my English ain't great, and I was like, I learned a bit of Japanese in high school, and he's like, he's here to put on a show, he's not about winning, he just wants to have fun. I was like, I remember fun, because that's all I want to do in Japanese. I was like, Tanobi,
Tanobi, yeah.
yeah, Tanobi, whatever it is in Japanese, I forgot it now. It tells how much I remember Japanese. And he's like, yeah. And I was like, fuck, the goal was two-stepping his car like every single time he had a crowd, and he was just getting the crowd up, G'd up, and I'm like,
that's cool.
this is fucking sick. So shout out to him. He was probably the sexiest, coolest drifter out there that day. So we had to interview him.
Yeah, of course.
Speaking of like huge grand scale events then, what's an event that you want to shoot? It doesn't have to be Australian. It could be fucking like Gymkhana level shit.
I would definitely have to say F1. Like that is definitely up there, but I got a ticket for just general admission and a grandstand as well for like the practice or something.
Yeah.
I made a reel out of it and I was very impressed with the footage that I was somehow able to get, because you're shooting through a fence with like 1,000 other people right in your face and up your ass. It's like really hard to actually get good shots as well, because they're going like 200 k's an hour around a corner. It's like next to impossible to get the focus right. But I was so like surprised with how well the shots turned out that I would love to be a camera operator for the actual broadcast of F1. Or like what I'm going to do next year is I'm going to try and get a sponsor to film for. Even if I don't film the on-track stuff, just being in that environment would be just so cool.
Just the setup.
Yeah.
Getting the cars rolling off the trucks. Getting like that.
Behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah. Like I got a shot from the grandstand that's opposite the pit lane of like Charles Leclerc, really close and zoomed up, of him just sitting in his F1 car. And I was like, oh, this is just amazing. Oh my goodness.
I love hearing that from you, bro. Like I love hearing your passion connect with something else that like you obviously no doubt have a lot of hobbies, but like it's hearing the way you describe it and the way it makes you feel is probably like the best thing about it. Honestly.
Like I can't go anywhere now to events without bringing a camera, because I feel like I can't even enjoy the event unless I'm capturing it, so I can let others enjoy it with me. Like that's my way of thinking. If I'm like going to World Time Attack and I see something, I'm like, oh, other people need to see this. I need to film it. I need to post it. Like even if I don't, like if I go to Old Pack, I'll just bring a film camera with me and just take some photos, like something like that. It just helps me enjoy the event a lot more, I think. And people will say like, oh, just live in the moment a bit more, put the camera down. But I feel like helping others enjoy that moment with you is what makes it all just so satisfying for me.
You are living in the moment technically because you're filming your moment. You're doing exactly what you love in the moment.
And you get to watch that moment over and over again.
You're sharing the story of what you saw, you felt of it, and then use that later. When you look back at it, you're like, that's how I enjoyed it.
Exactly.
That's it. That's a cool bit about making videos. Like you look back in the 70s, like it might be shit compared to what you do now. You're like, it was good back then, but now it's even better. But like it brings back the memory. Like
definitely. Like that lower quality of production just brings back that nostalgia of like the first car meets that I filmed and the cars and coffees that they used to hold in Dural.
Testing my memory again.
You're going to have to be way more specific when you say that.
They had it at
Benzin. No,
it was
the Benzin Cafe.
It's very close to Benzin.
Yeah.
it was down the road. Like you'd go past Benzin, and then it was in that other coffee shop.
Oh, what's it called?
Anyway.
Oh, HCE.
That's the one.
Cars and Coffee.
Cars enthusiasts.
Yeah. Those were some of the first cars and coffees I ever went to and first events I filmed. There's nothing better than just waking up on a Sunday, getting the camera, going out with the boys to a car meet and just getting some sick footage.
Fucking good to know, JK, because I love getting up at 5 a.m. on a Sunday to go for a little spit.
Can't say it was 5 a.m., but it was a bit later. But,
I want to capture that atmosphere, bro. I want to get that mist off that dew in the morning on the hills.
Yeah, then getting home and then having a nap because you're too bloody tired.
That's okay with me.
Getting up at like 8 in the morning.
You've done that day. It's fine. We'll go have a nap, wake up, 2 days in one.
Yeah.
Killing it.
Yeah, you can start that
2 Sundays.
2 Sundays.
3-day weekend, bro.
Get on my level. No, but in all seriousness, so F1, so that's something for you, like to be like in the operation crew working for F1. Would it be fair to say that you would want to run F1? That like I'm like, you may think I'm crazy, but I'm talking like high aspiration levels here. Like, what if you got to, I don't know if you want to be a director or if you just love operating cameras. What if you got to direct the camera crew of F1?
It would be cool. I've done some like switching before in my life. Like I know that's not directing, but it's like, you're telling each camera what to film and what to do and stuff. It is definitely really fun. But I don't know, something about just being the operator itself. I don't know if I would want to direct. I think I would still want to be the camera operator, just part of the team,
Okay.
A piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
You don't want to be part of like a big team. You want to be like that freelance,
but
just shoot whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I do like working by myself. I won't lie.
Yeah, it's great.
Just creating your own art.
Like this guy tells me to get.
I've been telling JK to get an intern for about 1.5 years, 2 years, because I'm like, you realize like all the things that we've been talking about that are going to happen are now fucking happening. And he's like, yeah.
Like it would be great because I've got so much editing that is just the most mundane thing you can possibly imagine. It's just like interviews and I'm just having to watch it and take like a whole day of editing that I could be doing other things with that an intern could definitely be doing. Yep. But I don't know, it's just something about having all my work come from me that I really like. Like I don't know, it would take a lot for me to just hand over half of that responsibility to someone else like that. Like, obviously, I would overlook it as well and not just, like, post whatever comes out, but...
Yeah, well, you'd have to.
Yeah.
It's your work.
Yeah. But yeah,
I think you could benefit from it, bro. I think you could really benefit from someone taking over, or just like taking over 30% of the duties, because it will allow you to go do more of what you want. And if you want to grow, that's what you got to do.
That's true. Like, I think I'm just too used to working by myself, and I need to like open the horizon a bit more to other.
You gotta let go.
Yeah,
You gotta learn to let go.
yeah.
Because we got some shows that I need you to shoot. So
You want more features? We could do more features.
we've got a beautiful MX-5 out there that's going to be done in like 4 months.
Oh yeah.
So
What's your schedule looking like?
Tony's cars will be done in
How many do you want?
Whenever
You
they want.
old schools. You want new cars. You want 40s.
All of them, bro.
Do you want a Summer Nats car?
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Summer Nats, it's probably like one of the most wonderfulest times of the year. How are we going in to celebrate this thing? Are we going in full blast, like fucking shirts off? Just
Bro, short footy pants, man. Growing out the mullet here. It's coming out.
Yeah. I've already got my mullet full swing, ready for someone else.
Coming along.
You've always had a mullet, eh? Yeah. You have, eh?
It's just changed lengths quite a lot, but
Yeah.
I think what I've got right now is gonna stick.
Dude, you got the cricketer's moustache. You've got the mullet.
Yeah, that's right.
You just need a VB in hand.
Oh yeah, complete the look.
Dude, complete the look. We should get like, instead of the little Mazda symbol that's on your car right now, we should just like flick that off and then just put like a VB badge plate just right on that thing. Hard and thirst means a big Kelby. No, seriously though, Summer Nats, I'm keen. What are you actually trying to shoot when you get to Summer Nats?
Oh, lots of slow-mo. Like lots of slow, lots of fire, lots of passion.
Yeah.
Last year,
Sean.
I got like some dude's engine bay catching on fire, which is pretty mental.
Like combusting in the moment.
Yeah, it was mad. It was awesome.
Have I seen this?
Maybe
Like
not,
the
actually.
moment where it's not on fire to like when it explodes and it's on fire.
Yeah, or maybe it was from the tires. I don't know. The fire was everywhere, honestly.
Okay.
But just, when they're doing it so hard that the tires catch on fire and that flame just comes out the sides. Oh, slow-mo. Oh. Stop it.
It's like Back to the Future. It's
Yeah. And even actually, there was this like toothless junkie dude who I was getting a shot of him doing like the limmy finger and his false teeth came out. He was like smiling and the whole thing just comes out.
Wait, on camera?
Yeah, he had to catch it. It's in the video. It's actually in the video. I posted an after movie from Summer Nats and I left it in there.
Wait, can you bring it up?
Yeah, I'll find it.
Oh my God.
It's too good.
I'm going to need that video because I'm going to put it in this one. This is fucking
That's
brilliant.
the highlight reel
It
right there.
was golden. I could not stop laughing. I looked at it in slow-mo and I was like, oh, this poor guy.
Oh my God.
It must have been crazy filming that though with all the reckless reality people around.
Yeah, it was pretty mental. Although when they see the rig, they kind of like, give you a bit of space.
Do they?
Luckily, yeah. Some of them at least. I don't know. From what I've seen online, it got really rowdy on some of the days. So I'm glad I wasn't there for those days. I only went like 2 of the days last year. But yeah, I'll try and find the video now.
Well, I hope you're there for the full 5.
Yeah, are you there for are you there for the full?
Yeah, I should be.
Fuck, so are we. This is going to be really intense.
It is. I'm so excited. I definitely put it in there because I saw it and I was like, this has to be in there.
If it's not in there, can you please go find it? Just,
I will
so I
find
can throw it in this episode.
Oh, it was too good. There's so many characters at Summer Nats. It's like the perfect place to get that kind of footage.
Fucking oath, that's some of Australia's finest natives in that place.
Like even the lawnmower racing, that looked pretty mean on footage, like on camera.
You can make anything look mean on camera.
That's true. That's true.
It's all about the editing.
You got that 6K frame. What are you actually trying to capture though at Summer Nats? Is the question. Like, so kind of like what I said to you before, you go in to an event knowing the music, knowing how you're going to shoot. Like, is your aim to like just shoot a masterpiece of the whole event, or is it just like there's certain things that you're actually fishing for that you want to capture?
Yeah, I go into an event often just wanting to create like a big master video, like an after movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, using that content for reels as well, like getting lots of good stuff that I could chop down and just, make heaps of, because I have to post, well, I don't have to, but my goal is to post every 3 or 4 days. So, that requires quite a lot of footage, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So I'm always thinking about how I can get the most broad range of footage possible and just milk the hell out of that to make as many reels as I can from that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in with a couple of shots in mind and just honestly just capture what happens in front of me. Like if someone's doing a burnout in front of me on the street with people going crazy, I'll just, start filming that. Someone gets their false teeth out and just starts to spit them out.
Dude, it's truly like one of those places on planet Earth where you go there and people will just be chewing on like a thong. You know what I mean? Like, and just like people do some weird shit at some of that, but you got to understand, to them that's completely normal. Like that is just a normal.
Just another Sunday,
dude. That's it. Like to them, that is so normal. That's why I love this event so much. I love the people that go there. These people live for this moment. There are people who live the whole year just for this fucking week.
That's right.
You go there just for the $10 slushies.
Oh, bro. But the cars there.
The cars are just, the noise alone is just like nothing else you could imagine. Like it's not just like in your ears, it's in your ass, it's in your, it's in your heart, it's in your lungs. Like you can feel the noise. It's just
Breathe here, smell, taste rubber, bro.
Yeah,
it's all in ya.
The amount of rubber I had to get off my lens, I had to bring this pretty heavy duty like microfiber towel, but it was like my face even was just coated in rubber by the end of it, and I wasn't even that close. Like other people were like black by the end of it in rubber. Like
got to wear that like bikey mask, bikey mask, and also tea tree oil. Tea tree oil on the microfiber rips anything off.
It's all right.
Especially if you get to it early on.
Okay,
you'll be fine.
I hope it doesn't rip my ND filter off.
It shouldn't, and it shouldn't damage your equipment.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna try that. Yeah, it took quite a lot of elbow grease to get it off last time.
Yeah, I believe you.
It's full on car tire. Like,
I don't even know. Do you want to like even advertise the cars that we're going to be taking to some of that? So what do you want to leave it as a surprise?
I don't know. There's fucking cars coming in every single day. I'm wanting to go. It's reckless. I think when the time comes, you'll see it everywhere. Like we'll be filming about it, but we have a big bunch of cars going. Big bunch.
There's
Rowdy bunch.
There's a lot of us going down, and there's also a few special things happening to a few cars to commemorate Summer Nats and maybe be revealed. Well, not revealed. I think people will know, but it'll be a statement when we're at Summer Nats. Tony's car may be one of them.
I'm excited.
We'll just have some fun in it. We'll just say that. We'll have some fun in it.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out in my head. I was like, you know how people do the gender reveal things, like the blue or the pink tires. I was wondering if I could get Tony like some fucking really cool colored smoke just to match the car. I don't care.
That
what
would
it
be
is.
amazing.
Yeah. Question then.
Orange smoke, yeah.
What's the cool color smoke for the lens? What's it all like throughout shooting someone? What's the sickest color of the tire smoke?
I would definitely say blue.
Blue?
Blue comes up really nice.
Because it's a soft.
It just
color?
contrasts with everything so nicely. Like, I don't know, something about yellow smoke, it just blends.
Fog? Like, does it fog up the screen or something?
I wouldn't say that. It's just, blue's just such like an opposing color of white compared to all the other colors that I've seen used. Even pink, actually. Pink and blue. Just the extreme colors.
Pink and blue.
They look really good.
Good to know.
Yeah.
I'll get one either side then.
I'd note that down.
blue on the left, pink on the right.
We're having twins?
Careful, bro. Might be purple. Don't know what gender that is.
Okay, we'll get on that.
I'm a cactus. Oh, God. But, yeah, fuck. I've got a question for you. And this is something that's been... It kills me, bro. I've been fighting with this concept, and it's turning landscape into portrait for social media, like turning like perfectly good footage that you shoot, right? Which is obviously like perfect on YouTube or a wide angle or turning your phone sideways.
Yeah.
But having to shoot that stuff and then putting it into sequence mode for social media, it honestly destroys my soul.
It does.
I'd almost rather not do it.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel, and how do you get around it?
Yeah, look, the whole vertical and horizontal thing is a pretty big debate in the videographer community. Personally, I just don't want to sacrifice, because I've shot it in horizontal, right? So I don't want to swap it to vertical. So I just rotate the entire video and post it like sideways on my phone, so everyone has to turn their phone and look at it like that, because I saw a few reels when I was starting off that were like that, and all the comments were saying like, oh, this is like really good. This is like, because no one really does that. Like if you're looking through reels, no one really turns the whole thing sideways and posts it like that. So I thought, I want my stuff to be unique. I want it to be different, and I want people to enjoy the video the way it's meant to be enjoyed, which is horizontally. So that's how I get around that. I just rotate the entire video sideways. There is every now and then a video where I will crop it in if I'm doing like a behind the scenes from my phone, then switching to the camera.
Yep.
Because obviously my phone behind the scenes is vertical. So my most recent reel was I just zoomed in on the horizontal footage and just had to deal with it because it wasn't too bad. Like,
Yep.
the close-up actually did look pretty sick. But yeah, most of the time, well, actually all of the time, I just rotate the entire video.
And you don't think that's a penalty?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends on the person and who's watching it, if I'm being completely honest.
How do you get around that? Do you actually follow what other people are doing and just go with that? Or is it something that personally reflects your work and you go, this is how I'm going to do it?
Yeah, so when I first started posting, I saw these other creators that I look up to posting theirs just fully sideways. Like they just rotate the entire video so it stays horizontal. So you have to turn your phone sideways to look at it properly. And I saw that and I was like, ooh, that's not a bad idea, because you don't sacrifice how the footage is meant to look. And people actually have a different viewing experience because it's like, it's a bigger frame when you turn your phone sideways. So, and all the comments are really positive about it as well. Like everyone was saying, oh, it's just like next level Instagram. It's like cinematic version of Instagram. And so I was like, I'm going to try that. Because I always try and make my content unique, because it is just so much of the same stuff going around in the car community now that it's just like you see the same stuff over and over again. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like people have their own styles and their own way of doing that. But I want to be unique. So I always rotate my video to the side so that you have to turn your phone sideways to look at it, so it doesn't sacrifice any of the footage. And people really like that. Like my videos do pretty good even though it is sideways. And you would think that when you're scrolling and people would see that, they just can't be bothered. But it seems to work pretty well.
Because that's the complex, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing that I'm always, but I'm like, well, why do I give a fuck about whether they're going to skip it or not? It's just like, if you're going to watch it, you're going to watch it. Because I agree with you. It's like, you're not sacrificing all that hard work that you put into actually making something good.
Because I could shoot it vertically, but it's just, I have to re-rig the whole camera, and it's not meant to sit sideways on the gimbal like that anyway. Like, I wouldn't do it like that. And because if I shoot it horizontal, I can reuse it for YouTube as well. Like, it would make more sense anyway.
Yeah.
And yeah, when I see videos like that, and when you're scrolling, everything's vertical, right? And you're scrolling and you come across something like that, it's like catches you out. And you're like, oh, what's this? It's facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
It makes you stop, makes you look at it,
You know who's really good at doing it? The stuff sideways. It's this American guy. You probably might have seen him. I might have even sent you a video or whatever, but he's the guy who like walks up to random people in all across America. He just did one with like this awesome lady with this red Ford, oh my God, Ford Mustang, like an old 1969 Ford red Mustang. And then the video before that, he did like two of these blown cars that he just walks up to them in the petrol station. And then it produces, he just goes like, hey, do you mind if I shoot some sick content in your car? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then it goes into like, turn your phone sideways.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden this like epic movie quality thing comes out and you're like, what the fuck? I'll send
Yeah.
it to you, bro. It's nuts. I'll throw it up here as well for everyone like who's actually watching, so you can see what I mean. You don't lose any of the quality. None of it. I don't know. Have you seen that guy? Do you know what I'm talking about?
I've definitely seen him.
Yeah.
He's got some pretty good videos. Like,
it's like so subtle, like everything, even like
The music to it is
the music and the font. Like the font, it's like that really thin font.
and you could barely see it. It's like it's
Minimalistic.
small as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the video starts and he's like color graded the absolute shit out of it. He's done it. And you're like, what? Crazy.
one thing I will say with the whole rotate your phone sideways animation that people use, I either avoid that completely or incorporate it over the top of other footage. Because I've noticed, I've used it a couple times before, and as soon as it comes up, people just swipe away because they can't be bothered to wait for it to disappear. Because people are like, yeah, well, obviously I have to turn my phone sideways. So I either incorporate it over the top of another video so they have something to look at while it's there, and just so I don't lose their attention, or just not do it at all. Because it's people's attention spans nowadays are just unbelievably bad. Like, you can see the retention rates on your Instagram if you look into analytics. I think my average is like 4 seconds. On a good day, it's like 8 seconds, but it's terrible. It's so bad.
But this is my like parallax. Like, this is what I'm talking about. Do we really give a fuck about that, or are we actually doing it for the people who will watch it?
That's true. I have a nice mix in between the two, I think.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I want other people to see it as well. So I always try and chop it down as short as I possibly can and have it moving as quickly as possible. But then at the same time, I'm like, well, if you're not going to sit and watch my content, then
I don't need you.
it's not for
Get
you,
out of here.
you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So it honestly just depends. Like, yeah.
The way I see that is, honestly, I'm not entirely convinced by the analytics that are in Instagram. And I know this because when I look at actual software that manages social media in the background on a computer, it kind of gives you a better understanding of the actual watch time and the actual data that's going in the back of it. And you can come around to my work any day you want, man, and see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the way I also see it too is, and I honestly, anyone can walk away and take this away. If there's like people who are watching less than 3 or 4 seconds, just remember that it's not actually them hating on your content or them that actually can't be bothered. Remember that social media is a platform that is spread out to I don't know how many hundreds of millions of people, right? Those people aren't car people.
That's true.
They
yeah.
skipped it because it's not meant to be in their algorithm. They're not watching it because they don't like cars.
Exactly.
Wait for the car person to watch it. That's where the longer content is.
Yeah.
And it's all about fine tuning where the content is actually going. And there's like, I'm not saying I know the algorithm or all that bullshit. There is obviously things that you can do, but that's the way I see it.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't stress so much about the 3 or 4 second watch time. It's saying that because majority of it went to people that don't actually care for that content anyway.
Exactly.
So you're not really actually missing out on anything at all.
Yeah. Like, the data is not just based on the people who enjoy the video. So it's kind of hard to base everything off just that.
That's right.
It's just the broad range of anyone who sees the video kind of thing.
That's right. That's 100% it. I mean, at the same time, I'm not stupid. I'm not privy to the fact that obviously if you make like a 10 or 15 second reel and it's fucking super engaging, it's going to do more of a chance of being successfully well, because the algorithm goes, people are watching like 80% of the video too, so it must be good. We're going to push this thing out like no tomorrow. Like, I get it. I totally get it. But at the same time, just focus on the people who actually care about your shit.
For me, looking at the watch hours, like the total hours that people have watched the video, is where you want to be looking. Because people who are watching that for that long are people who are actually interested.
That's right.
So if the watch hours are a lot higher, it doesn't really matter what the average time is anyway.
It also doesn't make any sense when you start drawing the comparisons together.
Yeah.
You're like,
they're just completely unrelated, and it's like,
you're like, what? How is it like that big?
Yeah.
But you're telling me that.
they only watch it for 2 seconds.
What?
Because the more people you reach, the lower the retention rate's going to be anyway. Like,
Yeah.
it's just the way it is.
Fucking hell. JK, is there any words of wisdom that you could leave the audience with who wants to do what you do or just start, what would be the best piece of advice that you would give people?
Best advice I would give is definitely just go out there and start shooting. Like, doesn't matter what you're shooting, if you're getting paid for it, who it's for, or what it is, just start shooting and getting experience under your belt. Like what I said before with doing free shoots, like start offering your services for free to people, because no one's going to see your work unless you get it out there yourself. And the only way of doing that is just putting in the hard yards and doing the free shoots, because like if you go up to someone and say, oh, let me shoot for you and this is how much it's going to cost, it's like they need to see your work. They need to know that you're good. And if all it takes is one free shoot, that'll generate so much more business in the future for you. So your free shoot in that time that you've spent is immediately paid back anyway in the future. So
that's the 30-second clip right there.
Yep. JK's words of wisdom.
Take that for watch time.
Yeah.
Now you got something to tell me about. Is it FPV? Is that what you said?
FPV, yeah. So FPV drones,
talk
for
to me.
those who don't know, regular drones have this automatic stabilization. So they hover in the same spot, so you can literally let go of the controller completely and it will stay exactly where it is. And all you control is like forward, backwards, left and right, and up and down. With FPV, you control like everything, like the tilt, the yaw, the pitch, the roll, everything. And it's really difficult. But once you get it right, it's incredible, because those things can go up to like 200 Ks an hour. And you've probably seen most FPV shots either a massive mountain going down the side of it or drift cars, because in motorsports, FPV is mainly just used for drift cars, because like obviously you're not going to need an FPV drone for a car that's just sitting there stationary.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to do a 200 K an hour flyby of that car.
But you will get the sexiest shot of your life on a drift track.
Yeah. And the thing with FPV is that it's a very niche area of videography. Not many people, it's very rare to find a professional FPV drone pilot compared to just a regular drone pilot, because FPV is like a whole nother thing. Like it's not just like you can go and buy a pre-built FPV drone, but it's like the same with PCs. It's like you have to build it yourself and understand the drone so that when the battery like destroys itself, you can replace it and put another one in and all that kind of stuff. It's
Are you a pilot?
very manual. I'm on the road to becoming one because
I got my pilot's license. What, you fly helicopters? No.
drones.
Way
So-
cooler.
They always recommend that you do heaps and heaps of time on the simulator before you even get a drone to begin with, because it's so difficult to get the hang of. It takes like a proper amount of time on the sim. Like I've been doing it for like 20 hours or so now. Like every night I do like half an hour before I go to bed on the sim, and
There's full training.
it's so difficult.
Dudes are out here with car sims. JK's out there in
With the drone sim, bro.
sim.
Stuff the car sims, bro. Because that's something I really want to crack into, that niche, because I reckon there's some pretty good
Tap
money
into
in
it.
there. Like
I agree.
There's not many around. Like,
There's-
there's probably none.
the only times I've ever seen FPV at drift events is for the big stuff, like halfway hangs and the World Time Attack drifting that they had.
Yeah. And the high-tech oil comp. Yeah.
So that's something I really want to get into, because it's definitely going to become more of a common thing, because it's a different type of angle that you can't get with anything else.
But hang on, why? So I understand you've got more control of the vehicle, which no doubt makes it harder to control. But why? I think you said one point it makes it faster, so you can go faster because you've got more control of the drone. Meaning, when you've got automatic stabilization, you can't go as fast.
Well, with regular drones, it's just the whole thing's level the whole time because it's got like a gimbal on it. Mm-hmm. With FPV, it's literally a GoPro strapped to the front, and you've got the goggles on because it's from the point of view of the drone. So you can get like these crazy like tilt angles of the cars and get really close to the tire because they're so responsive. You can get unbelievably close to the car, where with a normal drone, it's built to be a bit more like cinematic and slower and smoother. And
Does it freak out more? Because I know a lot of drones are like,
yeah,
I can't go
obstacle
up
avoidance
because
and all
so
that
it
kind of
doesn't have
stuff.
any of that.
Yeah, it's just fully manual. Like if you wanted to fly it into a car, you definitely could.
So it's like the track car of drones.
Yeah, basically.
You've stripped everything out in it that everyone pays thousands of dollars for.
It's funny you say that as well, because with FPV drones, half the time they use stripped GoPros, which is just the lens and then the internals behind it, not like the buttons and the screen and all that kind of stuff. It's just the bare minimum to save weight that you could possibly do.
They're saving weight in these things now as well.
Yeah, no, literally. And
We building cars here, they're building fucking aircrafts, remote control aircraft, missiles.
Next minute, it's like freaking they're building roll cages for the things so they last longer. It's like,
Yeah, but you can't, like the thing with FPVs, you can't just let go of the controller and it hovers. Like it'll fall from the sky if you let go.
I'm with you now.
It's high stakes for high results.
So if you've got, I'm living in a 3D world here on an axis, you're fiddling with 3 inputs or 4 inputs trying to control the drone.
So you can control tilt, 4, I think. So
4. So
it's like 2
power to
per
go,
stick.
power to go up and down, which you can
60, wouldn't we?
Up, down, left, right, and then
Diagonal roll.
yeah. It's too late for this, bro. I can't like visualize how many different axes.
But I'm now just thinking, so like you've got to like, I'm honestly thinking of like an Xbox controller. Like, where I'm going like, okay, so I'm holding down the triggers like halfway because that thing gives me the balance that I need, and then you invert like the sticks so that you can then move forward at an angle without losing elevation.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Since regular drones, like the camera's on a gimbal, if you go forwards, the camera's not going to tilt forwards. It's just going to stay still. With an FPV drone, if you tilt forwards, the whole camera tilts down as well. So that brings in a whole nother level of like how you're going to get the shot.
So traction control off.
Yeah. And if you're flying forwards at like 200 k's an hour, if you just get off the throttle, you're going to keep going forwards. You need to counterbalance by smacking it backwards and then putting the throttle back on to counteract.
And then knowing when to let that off.
And it's really hard because you're looking at it through the goggles and all you see is ground and then sky and then ground. And it's just like, it's a lot to learn, honestly.
But you're learning it.
Slowly but surely.
So how long is the first JK FPV video coming?
I don't know. Because even after I've learned it, I've still got to, it's like a whole nother thing when you're flying it in person, because like I'm terrified I'm going to like decapitate someone with the drone. It's coming around the corner and I just can't bring it back in, and I just, so.
Well, we all know that you're not afraid about destroying drones because you fly them into trees. So
Yeah.
Go for gold, bro.
Yeah.
But it does sound to me like you need a few guinea pigs to test some content on, and Tony and I putting up our hand.
Yeah. I would love to get some FPV content.
You know what? You know what you can do, considering the fact that you're leveling up your game. You've got your little media accreditation now. What if you could just step it up, maybe just that little bit further?
Yeah.
And we just tell Sydney Motorsport Park that you're like the actual professional FPV drone flyer and you work for them, meaning that when I go do a track day, you can actually fly around with a drone because you're technically doing it for Sydney Motorsport Park.
That would be mental. That would be mental.
Yep.
Man, that would be so good. The only thing is the power line. I keep thinking about the power lines that I see there. Like,
On the track?
that's one thing that I haven't done yet. Crashed into a power line.
Fuck, I hope not, dude. It's like, I know it happens, but like, come on, seriously.
No, I don't think it's going to happen. But you never know. I didn't think I was going to crash into a tree, but then I did. So. The trees in PNG are shockingly tall, bro. I won't lie. I was surprised. I was like 70 meters up and I still crashed into it. I was like, how is that even possible?
Someone's just putting magic mushrooms in your food, dude. What was that like? Just to finish off, like, what was that like going to PNG and shooting? Like, why were you there? What happened? Would you do it again? Are you a pilgrim?
Yeah, so I went there to shoot skills training for the locals who don't have jobs, and for those who have been selling. There's a thing called betel nut. It's basically like drugs, and they want to make a sustainable living without doing that kind of stuff. So we teach them. No, I'm saying we, but I'm just filming it. They teach them skills like mechanics and like gardening and not gardening, like growing rice and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I went over to film that, and it was such an eye-opening experience, honestly. Like PNG, lovely place and everything, but it is definitely a third world country. Like it was very, very eye-opening.
Scary.
Yeah, like kids, like 3-year-olds walk around with machetes bigger than them, just dragging them along the ground, and then like dudes who were just like chewing betel nut with machetes on their shoulders and just like staring at you like, is he gonna kill me or am I fine? Like, should I be worried?
Kid's gonna roll you for your drone, dude.
Yeah. Kid's gonna take my FPV drone.
But like, hang on. I know betel nut's a drug. Like, what type of drug?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's just like
an upper or an hallucinogen?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's like similar to weed, maybe. Like
Okay.
It's like a fruit, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something like that. You just like, it's a nut and then you just like chew on it.
It's like red.
Yeah, and it makes your whole mouth red.
Why do you know all about it?
Asia. We got everything.
That's just in the local market, right?
You'll experience it when you come one day.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so
so you're helping build skills for the people you're there filming. Are you done, or like are you still working on that stuff?
yeah, so all the filming's done for that. I think it was 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago.
Yeah.
Now it's the editing, the documentary for the editing.
Yeah.
Which is by far the biggest pain in the ass of the whole thing, because the filming was so much fun. It was so good. We got fed for every meal, and it was like not just like takeaway food. It was like their food that they grew, and
Betel nut.
the pineapples, bro.
Those trees are high, bro. The pineapple.
The pineapple.
It's like my favorite fruit.
Right. We all
Otherworldly. Like Australian pineapple was terrible, bro. Came back here, I was like, "Oh, why is it sour?" But like, seriously, yeah, we got fed so well, and the shoot days were long but good. Like I think we got up at like 6 a.m. most days, 5 a.m. Got back to the place we were staying at like 9 p.m. So my back is still in shambles and still recovering, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was really good.
So the project's not over. Like, do we know like the documentary, like the people who were in it, like were there hosts and?
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't like famous people. It was just.
But was this like an SBS thing?
It will be on TV, on Hope Channel.
Okay.
But it's just a smaller channel. But you know, it's still TV.
That's still TV,
Yeah, it's
bro.
still free to air.
That's a claim to fame. Are you kidding me?
So the trickiest bit will be pushing it down to 50 minutes. I won't lie, because I have about 6 terabyte worth of footage, and I've got to somehow condense that to a TV hour, which is 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to have to figure it out a way.
Bro, when this guy gave me a terabyte worth of footage, I was like, where the fuck do I even begin?
From World Time Attack, yeah.
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, that's the problem with my camera. I think now that I've upgraded to the 6K as well, footage in 6K, 50 frames in B-RAW, which is Blackmagic's RAW, is unbelievably big.
What does that mean? We to buy like 10 terabytes hard drives now?
Oh, I'm legit for future preparation, because I know I bought that that SSD, which and then you use that. I'm gonna have to buy like fucking 10 of them.
I think a 1 terabyte SSD will get me about 3 hours of footage.
Yeah. This guy's throwing them in there like ammo cartridges, just like.
I had to buy another 2 before World Time Attack just in case, because I was so worried I was going to run out. I think I have like 6 1 terabyte ones now.
Did you figure out that problem that you were having? How some of the new versions of that SSD weren't registering with the camera?
Yeah, one thing about being a videographer is that you spend a lot of time on forums. There's a lot
Forums are back.
Reddit. Yeah. Oh, it's such a pain, because something will go wrong with your computer when you're editing, and no one's ever heard of the issue. So you've got to dig through like years of forums to find out what the problem is, to then realize you've just like not got something plugged in properly, or you got to clear like the cache or something. But yeah, that problem with the SSDs, the new SSDs, the T7s, don't work properly with my camera, and that's just the way it is. There's literally no way you can change that.
Awesome.
And the best thing about it is they don't actually make the old ones anymore, so I'm kind of stuck.
How good.
They're literally discontinued.
Did I buy the T5? No, the T5 works with yours.
T5 works with mine.
Yeah. Did I buy a T7?
Yeah, you bought a T7.
Yeah, it was on sale.
I've got 2 T7s and like 3 T5s or 4 T5s.
Yeah, well, I'm going to buy shitloads more because we got a lot of work to do.
Okay,
JK, where can everyone find you on social media, YouTube, your website? Where can people go and hire you? Where can people work with you? If they just want to follow you because you're just a cool dude, tell the audience where.
So if you want to find my Instagram, it's jkmovies_. My YouTube's a bit more difficult to find because it's the most generic name ever, and there's like 50,000 other channels in India with the same name. But it's also JK Movies with 2 underscores. But most of my stuff is linked to my Instagram. My website is www.jkmovies.com.au. You can see a bunch of my previous works on there, a bunch of KS racing features that we've done.
And a plethora of the videos that you actually shoot scattered around a million social media profiles. It's actually your footage.
And a bunch of weddings as well, actually.
True.
Yeah, I've got like 4 weddings on this. So.
You can take any job now. Book it in. Book it in.
I'll vouch for it. I even put
100%.
I even put his little freaking like I put your initials. Sometimes I can't get your @ sometimes like your YouTube I can't @ that properly because I can't fucking find it, but I can like I always do like special thanks in like the description of a YouTube episode. Look up all the Pro Speed episodes or anything like that. I'm like, JK, film this.
Have you guys shot this whole video? We haven't been calling him Jaden. We've been calling him JK.
Yeah,
We're so used to it now.
I just can't help it.
JK.
It's also
JK.
just like really good for his brand because it's called JK Movies. So
Yep.
You know, my dad does call me JK, so it's not like completely alien to me.
Perfect.
Yeah, so it does work out well.
Well, Jaden, mate, thank you so much for coming onto the show with us today. I'm so happy that you finally got a chance and got the time to be a part of this because I think we've got a lot of work to do. We do have a lot of work to do. We have been doing a lot of work, but for the future, man, like I just know that we're going to pull off some fucking insane shit, which is going to change the landscape of not only cars, but everything else in this country as well.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what I'm set out to do, man. So thank you so much for your time and your knowledge and your experience and all of that stuff, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Keep mastering your craft, and I can't wait for that FPV shit to come through.
100%.
You got your guinea pigs here.
That's right.
Yeah.
But since we're there, thank you very much again, Jane, for coming on to the potty.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. Thank you everyone who made it to the end. I know it's been a long one. I don't know. Are we going to keep it in 1 or 2?
No, we'll keep it.
We'll keep it in 1. But yeah, thanks for enjoying it. If you want, like, comment, subscribe, share to all your mates. Let us know who you want else on the show.
And follow Car Culture Australia on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Fucking type it into Google. I guarantee it's the first thing that comes up.
Yep, we're up there now. But until next time, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.